You tuned into the right place. Welcome to the rain. Golden Queuing. H2.0. Yeah. You're looking for a diamond, found a treasure in the rough. Tired of all the noise, cause you finally had enough. I'm here to build a movement on a mission for the nation. Dropping gems of knowledge, killing all the hesitation. We fighting for the truth, yeah, we fighting for what's right. Building unity and shining up a brand new light. It's a variety channel, but the vision's crystal clear. Pushing us all forward, conquering the doubt and fear. Welcome to the Queendom, it's 2.0 on your screen, where the content's real and smart and funny in between. This is more than just a stream, it's a platform for the change. Time to elevate the game and rearrange. If you're ready for a vibe that you can feel and trust, joining in the movement is a definite must. This ain't just another channel talking smack behind the screen. It's a spotlight for the creators, building up a better scene. Spreading radical love, that's the message in the code. Helping everybody carry up a heavy load. From social justice issues to the laughter that we need. Planting seeds of progress, watch them grow from just a seed. This is authentic, this is raw, this is everything you saw. Welcome to the battle that is truly being fought. Ooh, so come with your respect and see the real effect. Cause I protect my own right here on the throne. Don't make me envy. Unleash the dragon. Subscribe, ring that notification bell. Yeah, you don't wanna miss a thing. Welcome to the family. Yeah, you tuned into the right place. Welcome to the rain. Golden Queuing. H2.0. Yeah. You're looking for a diamond, found a treasure in the rough. Tired of all the noise, cause you finally had enough. I'm here to build a movement on a mission for the nation. Dropping gems of knowledge, killing all the hesitation. We fighting for the truth, yeah, we fighting for what's right. Building unity and shining up a brand new light. It's a variety channel, but the vision's crystal clear. Pushing us all forward, conquering the doubt and fear. Welcome to the Queendom, it's 2.0 on your screen, where the content's real and smart and funny in between. This is more than just a stream, it's a platform for the change. Time to elevate the game and rearrange. If you're ready for a vibe that you can feel and trust, joining in the movement is a definite must. This ain't just another channel talking smack behind the screen. It's a spotlight for the creators, building up a better scene. Spreading radical love, that's the message in the code. Helping everybody carry up a heavy load. From social justice issues to the laughter that we need. Planting seeds of progress, watch them grow from just a seed. This is authentic, this is raw, this is everything you saw. Welcome to the battle that is truly being fought. Ooh, so come with your respect and see the real effect. Cause I protect my own right here on the throne. Don't make me envy. Unleash the dragon. Subscribe, ring that notification bell. Yeah, you don't wanna miss a thing. Welcome to the family. You hear that? That's the sound of a check being signed in blood. Shh, don't wake the algorithm. Pinky toeing through the timeline, watch me creep. I see the script before you even get to sleep. I see you. Polished nails clicking on the glass, looking for a flaw. You're out here hunting clout, I'm the lion in the draw. Mr. Panther with the silhouette, lurking in the shade. You traded in your dignity just to get a higher grade. Pathetic, the beef is looking seasoned, marinated in the lies. I see the teleprompter spinning in your honest eyes. The closer. It's a masquerade, darling, keep the mask tight. Keep it tight, we dancing in the shadows of a blue light. A little mystery, a little sleight of hand. Building glass houses on some sinking desert sand. That's the sound of the coins. Shh, that's the sound of the truth dying. You and her fell out, all the drama is a gift. Convenient how the merch drops right during the rift. I'm the black widow in the web, watching how you spin 2 million views for a sin you didn't even commit. You crying on the floor, camera angle for the light, but you were toasted at the party with your enemy last night. It's a cabaret of cowards, a circus for the blind. I'm the only one with vision left inside this hive mind. Stay stealthy. Who's the victim? Who's the villain? Who's the one who's really killing? The audience. You're killing the audience. Don't get it twisted, I'm the queen of the noir. I don't need a thumbnail to show you who you are. You're a puppet on a string, dancing for polite. I'm the shadow in the alley, I don't need the mic, but I took it anyway, just to muffle out your screams. The industry is dirty, keep your house on little greens. I'm fading to the black, yeah, the mystery remains. But you're out here washing bloodstains for some digital games. Gone. Cut the feed. Do we get the engagement? Check the analytics. Keep them guessing.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Golden and I'm back with another live, y'all. It is about 5 p.m. Eastern time here in the Carolinas in the United States. And like I said earlier, child, the weather is nice. It's been nice all day. We've been outside for a little bit, but yeah, I just came back on to do a live today. And talk about a few things that has really been going on here on YouTube. And this evening, I just wanted to talk about it in a calm manner, right? Because a lot of people say, or they feel like, rightfully so, when you have to defend yourself, sometimes you get a little bit loud, you get a little bit aggressive, you get a little bit angry, right? And I'm not in any of those moods today. So I'm just going to talk about a few things, not just for me, but other people have things that they want to talk about as well. And we're going to do that in a very calm manner, right? We're going to have a conversation, an adult like conversation. I got my boyfriend here with me. He's got a few things he's going to chime in and say. And that's it. We're just going to have a nice little chit chat. So this is a golden chit chat, y'all. And as you can see, as far as the thumbnail, okay, and some of the things that y'all have heard in the lyrics of the songs, we are going to be just being very much open. Okay, it is an open panel. So if anybody has anything that they want to say or they want to talk about or express, I really like for people to come and talk to me. And one of the things that I'm starting to see now is it seems like a lot of people are scared to come and talk to me. And I don't know, maybe it's because I have to defend myself and I fight and I scream and I yell. And it makes it come off like I'm aggressive or, like I'm just like not this nice person that you can talk to. But you can talk to me. You can. And I know that I'm not the only person who is dealing with things and issues and obstacles here on this YouTube platform. And so if we can have, like a town hall meeting or an open conversation and talk about all of these things in a very calm tone and energy, I think that's how we get, something accomplished, right? Like all of the yelling and the screaming and the fighting and the arguing, that doesn't technically get anything accomplished. I think you really have to be, mature and calm and talk and hear one another out as far as what is going on, what is being said, some of the concerns or the things people have to say, right? So we'll be talking about that and getting into all of that. So let me go ahead and check the comments real quick because I know, so a few people have already come in. So we know that Carlos this year, he's backstage. So what's up, Carlos? I know you're going to be in and out, boo. And that's okay because I know, you may have some things to chime in as well because we talk about these things regularly, me and you have a lot of great advice, to bring to the table. So I wanted you to bring some of that to the panel this evening. How you doing?
Yeah, it's cool. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in and out because I'm at the gym right now, but
I know.
I got you. All right.
Oh, all right. You'll see, you'll chime in when it's time to chime in. I know you'll come in when you feel like you got something you want to add and say. So no problem with that, baby. But what's up, Star? Star is in the building too. Polo is here. Thank you so much, Polo, for coming in as well. How you doing, Polo? How you doing, Star? Thank y'all for joining. And of course, Imani is here as well. Thank you, Imani, for coming in. And Star says people can talk to me. Threats and doxing um aren't getting anyone anywhere. Absolutely, Star. I agree with that, right? Because a lot of this stuff that is happening, like on YouTube, amongst the content creators and stuff like that, I think for the most part, we all was up for a little bit of, a little bit messy, a little bit of tea, a little bit of, a little bit of something. Because if you getting into the tea sector, the gossip sector, there's gonna be a little bit gossip, it's gonna be a little bit of tea, it's gonna be a little bit of, everything. You know what you get into to a certain extent. And so I think what has really become, oh, hey, dropping the tea. Thanks for coming in, dropping the tea. I appreciate that. I think the thing that is really getting out of hand is that this has gone way beyond just gossip, tea, a little bit of playful back and forth amongst, content creators or whatever it may be, even just people who just want to support supporters or whatever like that. Things are starting to get criminal. Okay. Hey, Angie, what's going on? Angie, thanks you for coming in. I appreciate that. Things are starting to get criminal. There's a lot of scams and grifts and lies and attacks on people's families and homes and doxing and like all of these things have started to become something that now is supposed to be normal, right? And so we all are navigating around that in the best way that we can. And Dropping the T says, people are too sensitive and take it too far. Yeah, Yeah, I mean, they could be taking it too far because of the sensitivity, or they could just be taking it too far because this is just who they are at the core. Like they just people who like to do that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Um, I don't mind, and my skin is not so thin, right, and weak, and I'm not a weak person at all. So I don't mind with the little back and forth and boop boop boop, that type of stuff like that, yo, whatever. Like, yo, that come with the territory. I get that. But when it started to become like criminal, you know what I'm saying? Like people, children that's innocent, that's not a content creator, they not involved in this. People are trying to come for people, kids, people trying to come for people, parents that could be sick or older or elderly or whatever like that. People are trying to put out people's addresses. People are putting out people's phone numbers. People are calling people's jobs. Like at some point, do we think as a people like it is starting to seem like it's going a bit too far? Like again,
Cause it
when a
is. That's why.
yeah, Carlos. And again, like a lot of this stuff was probably already happening before I even entered, the chat or the conversation. I didn't know because I wasn't around when all of these things was happening. When I came in, it was already in mid swing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I got caught up and sucked up into the middle of all of this stuff, and then I start seeing it on all of the sides, like how these things was moving and operating, especially when people get in their feelings, they get angry, they dislike you, or some type of operation. I don't know what it is. I can't even tell y'all for real, right? But I've been paying close attention to it. I got some leads. You know what I mean? Like, because I have to get to the root of things. That's just how I am as a person. I'm always gonna get to the root of it. I need to know what the root of the cause is. Like, who's causing this? Who's starting this? What is this about? And so I pay attention to patterns and I pay attention to details and I like to get to the root of things. So yeah, I got leads. I kind of see a little bit what's going on here, but it's just like, is it necessary? This is YouTube. People come to YouTube to escape a lot of the time or have like outlets
A lot of
from.
people ain't got no damn life. That's what it is.
You say a lot of people ain't
You,
got no life.
they don't got no damn life. YouTube. Listen, I'm not a content creator. I got on this joint, not on it, but I've been paying attention to it because of you. But
Right,
I believe this is like a job. You know how you work and then you go home. You supposed to leave work and home at home.
right,
The problem
right,
is motherfuckers not doing that. They
right,
taking YouTube too serious. They don't even know motherfuckers. Niggas don't even know each other.
right. I
You
agree.
know what I mean? So when you
I
log off, you're supposed to log off. The problem is they not logging off.
Hey, thank you for subbing and supporting from multiple channels. Thank you. I appreciate that. Every sub and every support counts. So I really, really appreciate that. Um, but yeah, you're right, Carlos, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta view it like that. And when I listen, y'all, I'll be getting hot, okay? Hot as lava. And I go with Carlos and we talk, and he's wise. And he tells me, like, yo, you gotta look at it like this. Like, yo, if this is, okay, right now it's not paying off because you're not monetized or anything like that. But if you look at it like if this is your job, right? Like, and this is what you spend a lot of time doing because this is what you're putting your effort into as a job or something that you feel is going to pay off, in the long run and whatnot financially, then it's like having a job or holding a position. And when we have jobs, right? Because a lot of us have had jobs, we have currently or have had in the past jobs, I would assume. And when you go to those said jobs, you do your job. And then after you do your job and your work shift is over, you clock out and you go home. And after you clock out and you go home, your regular life, your regular friends, and the regular things that you do, it doesn't tie in or mesh into what you're doing, at your job, for certain positions and stuff like that. Now, I understand, they may have like surgeons and stuff like that. They may be on call all the time, boo, 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 whatever, doctors and stuff like that. That's where I work in the medical field. So I understand those type of things. But overall, once you done with that job, child, you can't wait to hit that clock, leave that facility, and go home and get to your regular life. But I think what we starting to see with some people is like there's no clock out. You know what I mean? Like there's no separation. It's like people are giving that like what they're doing on YouTube, their content and stuff that they make, being on their channels and stuff like that. That is their life. Outside of that, there's no separate life. That is the life. And so if you
Me
don't have a
too.
separate life or escape outside of being on this YouTube stuff, then it's gonna be a constant thing for you. It's all gonna bleed in and tie in together. And look, I can't tell nobody how to live and what's comfortable for them. If it's comfortable for them to live their life like that and move and operate like that, then hey, have at it. But there are people out there that don't. And so a lot of times when these things be going down, right, like on YouTube and stuff, I tell people and they laugh in my face. They laugh in my face about a lot of things, but it's okay. You can laugh. I'm telling y'all the truth. I literally wake up to like drama. I wake up to like chaos. And it's because once I'm done doing my content, once I sign off of this YouTube and get up off this computer, I have other things that I do in my life outside of YouTube, right? I have a 3-year-old son. I have my mother. I have this household. I have 2 pets. I have a boyfriend and I have friends, right? I have a life outside of YouTube. Now, unfortunately, yes, very recently, I am spending way too much time on YouTube. And I'm going to
I
be
was about
very
to say sometimes you got stuck in that shit.
I am going to be very honest about that. And I
Yeah,
had to have a
yeah.
conversation with Carlos about it. And
You
he
get
had to
stuck
tell
in
me,
that
like,
shit.
for real, like you spending a little bit too much time on YouTube. Like you doing a little bit too much with this content and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's tying into and bleeding into your personal life. It's affecting your mental health. And you know what I'm saying? Like your overall persona. You know what I mean? Like in energy and stuff like that. And so I love that me and him can have those type of conversations because he checks me. He checks me and he lets me know for what's good for me because he loves and cares about me. Like, yo, you might need to just like take a day off, take a few days off, sign off. You know what I'm saying? Detach yourself for a bit because you're getting too far embedded into this and you're allowing it to affect like your health, your mental, your energy, all of those things, right? And when you really have somebody who loves and care about you, they will have those type of conversations with you, whether you want to be stubborn about it or not, they're telling you because they care about you. And so we have some really great conversations when it comes to that. And it's something that I had to take accountability for and look in the mirror and say, you know what? You're right. You're right. I'm spending way too much time, way too much energy, way too much emotions, you know what I'm saying? Getting caught up in these things that's going on YouTube when really you have to look at it like it's a job. I should have been clocked out by now. It's like I'm doing overtime. You know what I mean? And you don't bring that stuff home. You don't bring work home with you. You know what I mean? Like you leave it there at the workplace. And the next day when you go back, then you pick it up again and you deal with it accordingly. But when you go home, you leave work at work and you go home and you just be home. And you be with your friends, you be with your family, you be with your loved ones, you have you a good time. You're not thinking about it, you're not tapping into it, you're not focused on it, right? And so for the most part, because I do have things outside of YouTube in my life, it's like, yeah, I have that outlet, but I started bringing YouTube home, right? I'm bringing YouTube to Carlos' house. Like, no, it should not be like that. I should not be bringing these issues and things that's happening on the platform over when I go see my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, 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 no. Leave that right on YouTube. It'll be there tomorrow when you go back and you'll deal with it then. Once you clock out and you're done with it and you sign off and you end the live, you move on with your life, right? Okay. So there is that, y'all. Okay. So that's one of the things. Okay. So Star says they act like they're exposing groundbreaking things. Well, yeah. because we got a lot of Carmen San Diego energy happening, right? So there's a lot of detectives out here, these independent detectives that are exposing things and busting the can of worms open, right? And so, they're trying to, speak to people and make content about some of these things that are happening. But one of the things for me that I think is the craziest, and I'm going to go ahead and give like my piece of the pie. I have been in these places and spaces and around these people, no idea what the heck they've been doing and what they got going on, what they've been working on behind the scenes, what they've been like, all of that type of stuff. And I think it's like it bothers me because I see a lot of things and I see people in the comments talking about, oh, I'm trying to shuck and jive and I'm scared and I'm nervous because I'm about to be exposed. I can't be exposed for anything because there's nothing that I've done when it comes to any of these things that are being talked about as far as this scamming people out of money, the grifting, the lying, all of those type of things that these people done. I did not know about any of these things when I was kicking it and chilling with these people because I literally was just kicking it and chilling with these people. That's like, y'all, and we going to get real street with it. That's like if y'all go to somebody's house, right? And you kicking and you chilling with somebody at their house, but that person happens to be, let's just say, a street pharmaceutical rep. And then there's a lot of street pharmaceuticals laced up in that house, right? And you sitting up in that house, you chilling with those people, you having a good time and kicking it. You don't know that that's what that person is doing, and you don't know that those things is up in that house. But then when it all starts to crash, then it's like anybody who has ever stepped foot in that house, now they have to be guilty of being part of that get up, you know what I'm saying, or part of that, you know what I'm saying, movement or not. And a lot of people can understand that. We just gonna keep it a whole book. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can understand that metaphor. But you can't blame that on somebody just because they sit on your couch. Whatever operations they got going on in their life and in their home, you don't have to be part of those operations just because you sat on the couch. You don't know what's going on. Y'all understand what I'm saying? But there is this thing, I understand that too. It's like, they try to say, oh, well, you're guilty by association. And I understand in certain circumstances that is the truth, but in a lot of other circumstances, that's not the truth. So I'm seeing all of this stuff and how it's, coming out and playing out and stuff like that. Hello, Sacco Bub. Thank you for coming in, Sacco Bub. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if you use that type of metaphor, like, it's like, yeah, it very much gives that. I don't be knowing what these people be having going on. I just came over to kick it at their house and sat on their couch for a little bit. And we was having a good time. We might have had a drink. We might have had a few laughs. And then I took myself on home. That's it. I don't know what the heck they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So it can be a lot of that as well. And I see that, honestly, and it's not even the fact that people are trying to get to the bottom of all of this as far as like Crime Stoppers or anything. It's just like when they no longer like you or have an issue with you, then these are the type of things that they'll try to pin to you or try to attach to you to defame you or make you look bad or make you seem like you've been incorporated in something that you've never been incorporated in because they just don't like you and they want to be nasty work towards you. So, it's like, yo, because if y'all really was being Crime Stoppers out here, y'all would have stopped the crimes a long time ago. Y'all been know they was going on. So what is it now all of a sudden that everybody wants to take a bite out of crime? Okay. That's how I feel. And so Angie says, Golden, yes, way too much drama on YouTube. I want to get relief from life drama. Rethinking watching TV. I need laughs sometimes. Yes, Angie. Angie, at night, yo, listen, for real. When I go to bed at night and stuff, I am a horror buff, so I will watch horror movies. But I've just recently resurfaced back to watching The Nanny. I don't know if y'all remember that show from back in the 90s. Yo, that was my favorite show. I watched that because it makes me laugh. It's a very light-hearted show. It's cute. It's funny. There's a little romance in there. All of that type of stuff. I watched The Golden Girls, because I used to watch that with my grandma and my mom when my grandma was still alive. That makes me laugh. It makes me cry sometimes because of like the love and the connection of the friends and the mother and the daughter and all of that type of stuff. So I watch like shows and stuff like that to uplift my spirits. Child, sometimes I will sit with my son and watch cartoons like Scooby Doo. I will watch Scooby Doo. I watch Scrappy Doo, and even some of the other old school cartoons that I used to watch when I was young. I've revolted back to them, and I've introduced him to some of them, and he likes some of them. You know what I mean? So I like to watch stuff like that to like uplift my spirits and make it be like like a lighter energy and a lighter air in your life, because a lot of the things that's going on in the world is very, very dark. They're very stressful, and this is things that's just going on in the world, in our regular lives, in our workplaces, in our government. And then we got to come to the YouTube, where it's supposed to be an outlet, where we supposed to come and kick it with one another, like in a social setting, like you go to like a bar, or you go to like, a little club or something, and you meet up with people and you're all having a good time. I thought YouTube was supposed to be like something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like where you having like good times and fun. I didn't think it was going to be even more stressful than regular life. Like at this point, you might as well X that out, because if you're already going through stress in your regular life, why come to YouTube to go through even more stress and worse stress than what you got going on in your regular life? It doesn't make no sense. Polo says, I don't believe in guilty by association at all. Okay, some people believe in that and some people don't believe in that, because I don't think, honestly, if we break it down and be honest about it, are you really guilty by association? Like, just because this person is your friend, this is what this person is doing, or this is just somebody that you kick it with or chill with and stuff like that, and they doing some crazy stuff, just because you're their friend or you kick it with them from time to time, it doesn't mean that you're guilty of the things that they do, because you're not doing those things. It's called evidence, facts, and receipts. Okay. Like if you have been claimed to, like, yes, you're also equally doing this, then okay, I can understand that. But if you're just friends with somebody and they moving a little shady, it don't mean that you're a shady person and you moving shady too because they're moving shady and you just happen to be kicking with them. And like I said, some of the time you don't even know all of the things that they be doing. You can kick it with them and chill with them, but you don't know all of the things that they be doing and how they could be moving and rocking. So how can you really be guilty by association for certain things? You know what I'm saying? So there's a fine line between that, and I ain't gonna get into all that, y'all, because we got, like I said, more serious things that we could talk about when it comes to guilty by association. But at the core of it, and the foundation of that, I don't necessarily agree myself, but I do know there are some instances where, like, people who rocking together, they know exactly what each other is doing, and if there are certain things that they turn the blind eye to, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like in those circumstances, I get that. Child, we won't say too much. We won't say too much. But anyway, and Star says Polo, I don't think so either. They obviously do. Sacklebug, punching bag, punching what's that? Boxing glove. Star says Angie, exactly. Polo said Nanny and Golden Girls is hilarious classics. They are. And Family Matters and, like Girlfriends, just all of those kind of things. SpongeBob, yeah, I watch SpongeBob. And I seen that they got the new SpongeBob too, child. I had to be careful with that one, letting JJ listen to it, because when I listened to it, I was like, what he say? Because now they're a little bit more out with it, with the things that they say. Before they used to go like, blah, 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 but they don't do that no more. They just say it straight out. So I had to be careful letting him listen to that. But I used to watch SpongeBob. These people miss the whole goal of having a channel. It's not to want to chase people off the app. You're supposed to want to make people come back. Nobody is scared. This is just BS, and it's annoying. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's annoying. Polo said, I came to YouTube for music only. and ended up in West. Angie says, I like Golden Girls. Finding something to clear your mind. Golden, last night was fun. You and Blade were great. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That is so cute. How Teddy does that over there with Blade. I think that is so dope. But you see, like we just have so much things that can be fun and good when it comes to technology. It can go both ways. But yeah, that was like really, really fun. I enjoyed that too. And then Star says, in a court, that's only circumstantial. Yeah, for real. If we going to talk legalities, you know what I mean? So I have a few things, right, that I jotted down. So first and foremost, right, I want to thank y'all for joining the panel tonight. And I did title this live Double Standard because we have spent a lot of time lately reflecting on the state of this platform. And, my place within it is what I'll speak about. But lately, it just really feels like YouTube has become one big disrespectful stage that is just filled with characters instead of people. Like everybody seems like they coming with a script. I did not come here to play any roles or hold any scripts, you know what I mean, or be on any type of movie or show. I just came to this platform as who I am, and I remain that always, flaws and all, mistakes and all. Okay, I'm just always that person. But this live I wanted to do because I just want to clear the air and speak truths. That's basically it. And most importantly, we have to find a way, God, please, to just move forward and into a more peaceful space. I did not come here and I do not desire to come here to hurt people, drag people, expose nobody. Those are no positions that I desire to hold, right? I just want to come here and have a good time and connect with people. And now I am trying to reclaim peace. And yes, we have to talk about accountability and the power of I'm sorry, right? So before I talk about the platform, I'm going to talk about me. And I take full accountability for all of my actions. So I understand from what I've been getting, right, that there may be people out there that I may have hurt, those that maybe I didn't hear them out all the way or believe things that they were saying. Okay, I apologize for that. Okay, I really, really do. And I'm listening now. I'm seeing things more clearly now. And I apologize for any frustrations that I have caused to people. Because when somebody is dealing with something serious and has been hurt and has been affected and has been harmed, that's a serious thing to them. And when nobody's taking them seriously or just dismissing them, I understand now how that feels, right? So I am big enough to admit when I've missed the mark. I'm not here to hide. I am here not just on this YouTube platform, but in life to learn and grow. That's what we all should be doing, learning and growing. Okay. So let's also talk about the conflict of my nature. I can be the first to admit I can snap. Absolutely can. Just like many of us can. When I feel attacked or I feel like I'm being backed into a corner, then that side of me typically comes out. But that is not who I want to be. It's not who I desire to be. My spirit is built really for sweetness, kindness, good times, all of that. I would much rather be loving and supportive than caught in a cycle of fighting constantly. So I have to take accountability for that. When I pop out sometimes, yeah, I'm a little bit nasty work with the things that I say when I'm in fight mode. But I don't want to be in fight mode. People just, they push you. They push you to the edge, and then you find yourself being in that mode because you're capable of it. Then we have to talk about guilty of grace and not the madness. People see you in the vicinity and assume that you're a part of the mess. This is just what we talked about. And I want y'all to listen and hear me out. Let me be very clear. I am not part of any of these schemes, these scams, this criminal behavior. Okay? A lot of things is being exposed. A lot of things is being brought to the forefront. I don't know what these people are doing. I don't know why they do it. I don't have no parts of that. Now, if I'm guilty of anything, I am being guilty of connecting maybe with the wrong people. And I probably stayed around these people for way too long. And I give these people forgiveness way too much. I have given way too many chances to people who did not deserve my grace. Okay? But I am nobody's fool. I do have a heart that sometimes stay longer than it should stay in certain situations and around certain individuals. But as far as all that craziness and that madness, you never have to worry. I'm not part of none of that. I don't do those type of things. It's not my desire. So I don't know nothing about it. I'm not involved in it. Don't ask me about it. And I really appreciate if people will not defame me and go around and say that I'm part of things that I'm not. And I know there's a lot of other people out there that feel the exact same way because their names are being thrown into a lot of this madness as well when they had nothing to do with it either. Only because we're disliked and people, they don't, whatever, they want to get at us or they want to fight us and make us look bad. Now they want to say that we're part of things that we never been part of. That's not right to do just because you dislike somebody. Just dislike that person and move on. Don't deal with them no more. Don't be friends with them no more. It's too easy. Just be done. Now, we also got to talk about the pot and the kettle culture. That's one of the things that really be rubbing me the wrong way because it's a strange thing when people drag others for the exact same thing that they are doing. That is the definition of a pot calling a kettle black. I have tried many, many times to bring this to the light, speak the truth, right? Say something here ain't right. But they don't want to hear that from me. But when other people come out and say, oh, now they believe them. Now it's serious. Now it's true. I've been calling out stuff, just like many other content creators have been calling out things that something's not so right here. Something's looking a little off. Many people have been calling these things out and popping it for a long time, but nobody wanted to listen. They chalk it up and call you crazy. They call you a hater. They call you delusional. Now we seeing, I guess these things that people was calling out all that time ago are actually not lies. It seems that it's only cool to tell the truth when it fits a certain narrative. Well, we also got to talk about choices, and I want people to understand that my choices are my choices, and my choices may come with consequences, and I will deal with those consequences of my choices on my own. But I will not be bullied into silence, and I will not be attacked unwarranted by people because they have an issue with my choices. That is a me thing. I don't even understand why it bothers people so much about my choices. Like I said earlier, now if I've hurt people or I've ignored their gripes or their issues or their hurt or their experiences, I apologize for that. I really do. But as far as my choices, even the bad ones that I make, that's up to me to deal with that. Those consequences are going to come back on me. It's not going to affect nobody else but me. So I don't see why people get so upset about it. And when they say these things as if they want to help you and protect you and they hate to see you going through that, if that's the case, then why, when something bad happens from a poor choice that I made, then it's not like people have a feeling of like, oh my God, I hate to see her going through that. But more so rub your nose in it and embarrass you and drag you, right? Because you made that poor decision and you're being embarrassed and you're being dragged, and they find humor in that. So if you really genuinely care deep down, you wouldn't laugh if somebody's going through something like that. But again, I didn't always do that, right? I used to laugh at other people's expense, and I know that. And I apologize for that. And I said I'm going to do better with that, right? Because I'm not about to sit up here and play the victim role and act like I didn't never do that before either. Not knowing what I'm talking about or what these people are talking about and just laughing at people's expense about things that I don't know nothing about. I'm just caught up in the gossip and caught up in the tea and laughing at people. That's not right. And I've been said that that's not right to do. And each and every day we try to become better, right? So that is something that I will be consistently working on, continuing to work on. And I know that in the past I have fallen short. And maybe once every now and then I may still continue to fall short because none of us are perfect. We will still continue to make mistakes. But at least we know, right? We know what's right and what's wrong. So we also talk about this shift from tea to toxic. This platform has gone beyond just tea and gossip. It has become something that really I don't want no parts in. I don't want no parts of none of it. I do not wake up in the morning considering to do my content and looking at who am I going to drag today. I don't want to start a live to hurt nobody, hurt innocent souls. I do retaliate when I'm pushed and when people are attacking me. And even then, I'm realizing that some people don't even deserve a response, really. I should really not say nothing at all. But we live and we learn, right? I just want to come to this platform and do my content, connect with people, have a good time. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. It's too easy, right? And let us all have a space where we can enjoy the community. All of us, no matter how different we are, no matter what walks of life we come from, we all can connect. We all can have a laugh and sit down and have good times with one another. We don't always have to fight. So moving forward, I am done, right? With all of this flip flop. And I'm telling you, like I had said before, it literally happens overnight. Flip flopping of the overnight alliances. One day they're good with you. You wake up the next morning, everybody's against you. The whole chat is against you. Everybody's talking about you. It's like that's shifting back and forth like way too frequently and too often. And again, it's not just about me. This is happening to a lot of people. So what I'm going to do is I'm focusing on what's real. I am choosing to move forward with my life, my regular everyday life, and my content. I'm going to continue to do my content because I enjoy the content that I do. I know everybody may not like it. It's not their cup of tea. And I don't, that's fine. Everything is not for everybody. But I want to continue doing my content. I don't want to have to fight all the time. I have owned my part in a lot of this stuff. And I've offered apologies. And now I have to close this door to chaos because it's not healthy for anybody, for me, for anybody else involved. I want to step into now a season of peace and invite those of you, if y'all want to come, y'all want to rock with me and chill with me a little bit with this peace, you know, y'all can come on and do that. And another thing that I want to, oh, I'm sorry, Carlos, I was not looking at the chat because I was reading my notes. Here's the link. Um, if y'all want to come and kick it with me for a little bit, and then you go and kick it with somebody else for a little bit that maybe I've had, a fallout with, or we not seeing eye to eye at the time, I don't judge nobody for doing that. I don't. The only thing that bothers me is this, like, okay, when you come to my channel, you're nice, you're respectful, you're kind to me when you're here. When I see sometimes people, when they be in other people's chats and other people's channels, then their tone and their energy switches up. And I see the nasty things that they say about me in the chats. That's the only thing that bothers me. But it's no bother to me that we all support who we want to support. We all can support everybody. That's the goal. We should all be supporting everybody and each other. And so that's never an issue. That's the goal. That's what I want for us all to do, right? I even say that like, oh, okay, well, I'm ending my live. I see so-and-so's going live. Let's all head over there. And then other people may say and do that on their platform. And we spread the love around. We spread the support around because I thought that was too easy to do. I thought that was the goal. Like I told y'all, and I know I'm repetitive. I know I hear y'all say it a lot, but that I just want to reiterate that. That is the only thing that bothers me is that 1 minute you're nice and you're kind to me over here on my channel. And then when I see you at somebody else's channel, you drag me for filth. You're saying terrible, nasty things about me. You're telling lies on me. Like, what do you think of a person that moves and operate like that? What do you think, Carlos? I know you at the gym, so you may not can answer right away, but because me and you had a conversation about that, and it's just like, that's the only thing for me that really bothers me and ticks me off. It's just like, okay, which one is it? You know what I'm saying? Do you like me or do you hate me? Because if you hate me, then you don't have to support me. You don't have to come. You don't have to fake love me. You don't have to fake be kind to me. Like, just don't rock with me if I'm not your cup of tea. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Do you feel like people feel like they're pressured to do those type of things? Like, do you feel like because the platform that they're on, they don't want to say nothing nice about you or support you there because they'll get dragged and they'll get cussed out and they'll get thrown out because they're supporting this person's arch enemy? Do you feel like there's pressure on people that way?
Nah, okay. I don't feel like it's pressure. What I feel like is nobody's no real love on YouTube. This ain't no real love. They don't really know you. You don't really know them. Nobody knows each other. You know what I
Right,
mean? So how you cannot love something you don't know. That's just the real facts. I
right.
don't care what it is. You don't love the man or the woman you walk past the street. You don't love them. You might be cool with them, but you don't love them. So what loyalty you got to them? That's how YouTube is. It ain't no real loyalty on YouTube.
Right, right.
So you can't
It's
get mad at somebody talking shit about you later on. You can't get mad at that. You don't know them.
right,
How can you get
right,
mad? I don't know them.
right.
That's how it is. That's what YouTube is.
Yeah. And
YouTube, I think YouTube people forgot to be content creators and all they want to do is beef. It's beef.
beef,
You know what
beef,
I
beef.
mean? Where's the creating going on? All it is beef now.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I
true.
think. That's my personal opinion. That's why I don't fuck with YouTube like that. But they finna do
No,
what I'm
you
doing.
really
Mhm.
you good. Yeah, you really don't be on here like that. You be like, child, I ain't got no time for that. So, and I see why you say that because it can be a lot. It can be a lot. It really can. And Imani said the problem is people are scared to be seen in people they support chats because they will be attacked. It's ridiculous bullying. That's what I was saying, Imani. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why I'm asking, because I've seen the attacks, right? And I've seen people that have been honest enough to say, like, that's literally the experience they have. And it's like they want to support multiple people. And unfortunately, at that time, it may be two content creators that they support and they like equally for different reasons, that they go and support and show love to. But then when those two fall out, they feel like they're caught in the middle because they're like, well, if I'm over here on this person's platform, you know what I'm saying? Uh, and they're dragging the other person that I equally like. If I speak up for them or if I stand up for them and I say, well, no, that's actually a nice person, or I really like that person, and I watch their content, she's actually pretty cool, then the chat dog piles on them. And even sometimes that content creator will dog pile on them and say, like, shut up or block their comments or retaliate against them or even kick them out and cuss them out. Right. And that's not a way to treat anybody that supports you. Right. Especially if we understand that we're adults. Like, come on, let's be adults about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, if I'm cussing out somebody and kicking out somebody, best believe it is because of what they have said and I've seen them say or what they do towards me. So I have a personal gripe towards you. And so you will be timed out, you'll be blocked, or you'll be kicked out because I see how you moving and you operating. And that's only coming directly from me because of how you've been towards me. But if you're just in somebody else's chat, and supporting them, and I just happen to not be getting along with that person, or we didn't fell out or something, I have no heat for nobody when they do that because that's the point. We all supposed to support one another, and our fallout and our issue that we have between each other, it really should be just between me and that person. However, from a loving standpoint, I get it that when you have somebody that you really like and you love and you support, then when they're hurting, you're hurting. When they're fighting, you're fighting. You know what I'm saying? So I get that too. And so that's why it makes it difficult for some people because they're in the middle of a fight. And then it's like, when I'm on this channel, I love and I like this person and I want to, fight with them. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, have the same type of energy that they're holding because I hate that they're being treated this way by that person. But then you like, but dang, I also like this person too. And I hate the fact that this person, they be in the middle. Imagine how difficult it is for people to be in the middle of these things, right? And their voices and their stories and experiences and feelings being caught up in all of this stuff often doesn't get to be heard. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say sometimes I like to just have conversations. I have open panel, and it is safe over here. It's safe when I'm not being attacked. I'm not angry, but I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better with that. That's why I wanted to do this live in a very calm tone and conversational tone, because that's how I think we can get to the bottom of things when we have a conversation. Yelling and screaming and arguing, that's not going to help us solve anything. That's never a good route to go. But I know our emotions sometimes get the best of us. But for supporters or people who just, want to come and enjoy the show, for multiple content creators, imagine how they feel when they're stuck in the middle. They're stuck in the middle. And then there's some content creators that's almost a standard. Like, oh, if you rock with me, then I mean you against them too. It's kind of like being in the streets, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's street stuff. Like, when you with, you know what I'm saying? Like, your gang and your posse, your crew or whatnot, it's just like, yo, if I hate that, you know what? Then you hate them too. And that person could be sitting over there the whole time like, well, I don't really hate them. I don't really see what's so bad about them. They didn't do anything to me. But because you're part of that clique and you're part of that gang or that, you know what I'm saying, that group, that's how you gotta move. Like, if that person, or especially, and I wouldn't say leader because I don't think nobody's a leader, but like, technically when it comes to like groups and stuff like that, there's like one leader and then there's everybody else that's in there as well, different ranks and stuff, all that stuff. But anyway, if that leader don't like that person, everybody who's in that camp is supposed to not like that person. And some of them be sitting there like, well, I really don't got a problem with that person. Like, that's not my fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's between y'all. And Carlos can maybe chime in later about all of that. But I understand that sometimes there are like loyalty type of things and whatnot. And that's why some people have that mindset and move like that, because that is a thing in certain groups and certain things like that. So we're not going to talk too much about that. I got some hiccups, but I'm going to play a quick song so I can get some water and get rid of these hiccups. And then I'm going to come back because this is a good conversation I want us to continue to have, right? And I'm going to go ahead and drop the link again. And I want to let everybody know that if there's anybody that wants to join, Polo, Imani, Star, anyone, if y'all want to come and join the panel and we can talk, we're going to talk calmly, right? No screaming, no arguing, no fussing, no fighting, no nothing like that. But just having this broader conversation, because I think it's a conversation that needs to be had, because we are seeing the patterns and it is making YouTube very uncomfortable and distasteful for a lot of people. So much so that I've seen so many people say that they're leaving. They want to leave. They don't want to support nobody. They don't want to come to no channel. They don't want nothing to do with YouTube because it's becoming too traumatic. It's becoming too much, and all they were doing was trying to find like a little, a little place, a little hole in the wall to come escape and have a little fun and, let their head down and kick it with people and stuff like that. Life is already hard enough in our regular day lives outside of this app, for most people, if they have that. But you want to find a place where you can go, just kick it. It's like Cheers. You know what I mean? It's like Cheers. You want to go where everybody knows your name. But anyway, let me play a quick song real quick, y'all. I'm going to give me some water because I got some hiccups. And then after I come right back, we're going to talk a little bit more about this. And I will be reading some more of y'all comments and stuff in the chat. So give me just a second. And again, I'll drop the link. So if anybody wants to come up, feel free to join. All right, y'all. Be right back.
Yeah. You thought you was safe? Yeah. You thought you was safe or good. Everybody looking for a home, looking for a click, looking for a place where the realness sticks. We out here building, trying to be free, but you just here to use them plain to see. I see you a user, a culture vulture, a leech, acting like you love to speech just so you can preach. You see the glow, you wanna get near it. You hear the soul, you try to engineer it. Wanna be in the circle, get the benefits, but you ain't put the work in. You just counterfeit. You a political operative, smiling in their face, just a snake in the grass, trying to take their place. We out here searching for a tribe, trying to be free, trying to live our best life, but the snakes stay close, wearing a disguise. Now you got mad, showed your true self, no surprise. You been pop, dumb bitches, read your rights. You been pop, dumb bitches, read your rights. Yeah. It's the activist in me that's gotta speak the truth. I'm allergic to the fake, been like this is my youth. See them in the comments, singing all the praise. Go sis, go, while they plotting in the haze. Plotting on a downfall, plotting on a spot, thinking they can use a light to get what they ain't got. But you can't use a mirror, you can't use a queen. Your whole entire persona is a fucked up scene. You a resource sucker, energy drain. They bring the clouds, we just trying to bring the rain. But we see you, yeah, we see you. Your little mask is cracked and now you cornered, about to see how you act. For a tribe, trying to be free, trying to live our best life, but the snakes stay close, wearing a disguise. Now you got mad, showed your true self, no surprise. You been pop, dumb bitches, read your rights. You been pop, dumb bitches, read your rights. People don't care about your life or your struggle. They just wanna break you down and make your hustle tumble. Now we see the true colors at the core of these people. Their whole foundation is evil. We at war and we question these people. Golden has love for her people, and I've been trying to warn people. This is the ugly truth of the world. Watching all the snakes uncurl. Here's the revelation, the part you should've known. A person's real character is when their anger's shown. You got pressed, you got mad, and all that fake ass love you had turned to poison. Jealousy and spite, they hate cause you that bitch and shining too bright. You ain't no friend, you just a hater in disguise. Walk past, head high, don't look them in the eyes. So here's the diss, you lost, you're done. Your fake support is over, your little game is run. You pop yourself, bitch, we ain't have to do a thing. Just sat back and watch you pull your own damn string. You been popped, you can't infiltrate this. Your mask is on the floor, go pick up your shit. We out, we out. You kid, yeah.
All right, y'all. So I got some water. Thank y'all for rocking with me for that little song break right there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back into the comments right quick. So it says lots of trolling on this YouTube. Yep, it definitely is. And Star says these individuals obviously have no content and nothing else to bring to this app than salacious stories that are just lies for the views and the attention. It seems that way. It really seems that way. It seems like these YouTube channels have become like a virtual, like what was in my old shows they said back in the day, like Jerry Springer and all of that type of stuff. That's what it really seemed like it is. And to be quite honest, I guess I can see why they're getting some leeway with that, because a lot of people liked those shows back in the day. A lot of people like Jerry Springer. A lot of people like Maury, who's the father, right? And watching women fighting each other on stage, and their dresses rolling up. You can see their panties and stuff like that. Like even the current reality TV shows we have now, they're always fighting and throwing drinks, and like that's what people seem to like. And that's what's interesting. So but there are some people that's just like, you may watch 1 or 2 episodes of that, but you don't want to see that show all day, every day. You know what I mean? Like you may go over there because you might be like, today, let me see, I'm gonna watch me a little episode of Jerry Springer. But some people was not watching those type of shows all day, every day. They might watch it a little bit here and there. Now it just seems to become an all day, everyday thing. That's what I've been waiting on, the switch from the attacks to people showing a different side for content. B Love says, yeah. Polo says hashtag attack sector. That's what it seems like. That is just it's just a brawl all day, every day. Like, when do we stop fighting? People are using supporters and subscribers to degrade and troll the people they are beefing. It's high school BS. Yeah, Imani, exactly. And that's not fair. That's not fair to the supporters, and that's not fair to the subscribers for them to be weaponized. They're being weaponized in content creators' fights. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's cool. And it's putting them in an uncomfortable place where they're getting tired. They're getting very sick and tired and exhausted from always being thrown into somebody else's fight. And you got to think, a lot of subscribers and supporters, we all are different ages, y'all, but for the most part, we all are a pretty much mature age. And so it's a lot of people like, I don't want to be put in that position. And, at the age that I'm at, with the maturity level that I'm in, I dealt with this stuff when I was in middle school and high school. I got way, way, way far away from there because I'm super grown now. So why, they're finding themselves back in that position again. And it's like, yo, I am too mature, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I've lived too much life to be doing this again. I did this when I was in high school. I'm not trying to be. And then they want to weaponize you to go at somebody else, and you got to stand on their side, and you can't support the other person. If they see you over there, then you'll be embarrassed and scolded when you come back over to them. Like, come on. I found out that I can be influenced by a chat sometime. I had to really look at myself. I didn't like me, so I've had to grow for the good of all. Angie, you know what? So true. And I found that too. I did. Because when I first was getting into things and spending time on these people platforms and chats and stuff, information was being brought to me or being spoken about while I was on the panel or, in the chat. And I'm just listening to what the person is saying and how they are, presenting the story. And I found myself, just because I support that person or I like that person, just going along with what they were saying, right? Not doing no research on my own, not knowing fully what was going on with that situation, just like believing whatever it was that they was telling me and taking their side and, speaking up or fighting for them or, windmilling for them. And so I had to learn, like, that's not the best practice. That's not the best thing to do. We gotta think for ourselves and stuff and really fully know what's going on before we get involved in something. Cause that's how you get railroaded. You know what I mean? Like, you're inserting yourself into something you don't know nothing about. And I had to take the accountability and learn that those were the patterns and the things that I was doing. Like, I was getting in the middle of beefs and issues that other people already had amongst themselves that I knew nothing about. But because I was spending most of my time over here with this person, or I liked this person and was supporting this person, I automatically went against the other person because of that. And I didn't even get to know that person for myself. And that's why I had done what I did when I started going around to different content creators and checking out their channels, spending some time there, sometimes in the bushes. And then when I was like, whoa, this person is really dope and cool. Because, I'm friendly and I'm talkative. So once I'm like, yo, I like this person. I like their content. I like how they talk. I like how they think. And then I pop in the chat. You know what I mean? And I'm saying hello to the people because I like to talk with people and stuff and mingle with people. That's just how I am. And so, yes, I was getting around and going to other people's channels and stuff and spending time there because I think that's what we should do. Like, don't take nobody else's word for it about how they feel about this person or what they may even have going on with that person. That has nothing to do with me, right? And if it means that I can't sit with you because I'm equally over there, you know what I'm saying, trying to check this person out and see what they're doing, that makes things complicated. It makes things really complicated. And then it makes people scared. It makes them scared to come into the chat. It makes them scared to talk to you and engage with you because you're afraid that the other person you support is going to see you over here on this person's channel and in their chat. And then next time you come over to their channel, they're going to say that you're a op or a spy or a troll, and they're going to attack you. Carlos, go ahead, babe. I seen you was unmuting the mic.
Nah, that's scared. The scared is funny to me. Being scared of somebody you don't know, hilarious.
Oh boy. No, but I'm saying like there is a level of energy, that's been shifted around here on this platform where it's really like that, like for real, like, and it's like not necessarily scared, but it's just like this is what they do. Like if somebody is beefing with me, right, another content creator or whatnot, and then there's somebody that equally supports them and equally supports me, that person could come to my live or my chat and have a good time with me and be nice with me and show love to me, and then they may go to the other person that I'm beefing with and go to their chat and they get attacked and dogpiled on because they were seen or known to be over here being nice and cool with me in my chat. And I don't think that's fair for people to be treated that way. And this is what a lot of people are experiencing. And there's certain channels that hold that energy. It's not all, but like for me, like I'm not gonna attack nobody because they support another content creator, even if it's one that I'm not getting along with at the time. Like I said earlier, right? It's not about your support for them. I want us all to support each other. I can't. I don't understand like if you're talking about me. You see what I'm saying? Like, and saying nasty, mean things about me, and I catch you doing that somewhere else, then it's just like, okay, so you really don't really like me or rock me like that. Or do you feel like you have to perform this way to gain entry over on this person's channel? Like, I can't be sure. You know what I'm saying? What all of that is about. But that's the only thing that bothers me. But it doesn't bother me that we all support each other. That's what I want for all of us. That's what I want for all of us. And then Imani says certain content creators incite their chat to drag, troll, and write BS about people they are beefing with or don't like in their real life. These people are real. You know what? Exactly, Imani. That's what I'm talking about, Carlos. Like that's what it is. Like some of them move and operate that way, where it's like it's not like a community. It's like a well, child. That's a whole nother lie for another day. But it's like a cult. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're weaponizing people. Like it's like they're a gang or a cult. And a lot of people are like, yo, I didn't sign up to be in no cult. I did not sign up to be in no gang. Like just because I want to show support and show love and come kicking and have a little bit of fun on these YouTube channels, I don't want to have to be hazed and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And they have like these hazing rituals and stuff. It seems like they do sometimes. They are making people feel very uncomfortable because they desire to want to support multiple content creators. And if those content creators is not getting along, some of the content creators make them feel like they're not welcome. And they will, bully them and be mean to them because they've seen them being nice to the person that they're not getting along with. And that's how they get, treated. And I don't think it's right for people to be treated like that just because they want to kick it and chill with multiple different people and have a good time on YouTube. You should be able to go wherever you want to go. That's like if you go to Chick-fil-A, you know what I'm saying? And you eating at Chick-fil-A, and then the next minute you eating at Taco Bell. And it's like, you got to be made to feel a certain type of way because you're eating at both. It's like, yeah, I get to eat where I want to eat when I want to eat. Like, the Chick-fil-A people go treat you bad when you come back over there because they're like, I seen you was over there getting tacos from Taco Bell. Like, yeah, and was. And now I'm over here getting chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying? Like, why I can't get both? I don't know. So Star says, I'm just doing shorts now and working a new cover song. My boyfriend got me a nice bass. Yeah, girl, that guitar that he got you for your birthday, that's a really nice guitar. I really love it. It's really cute. Other than that, I'm just stepping back for a while. Yeah. I feel you. Because it's just not fun anymore. It's not fun. It's all becoming like a war. Every day is a war when you get on this dag on YouTube. And why would we need any more war? We already got World War III happening. We already got Civil War happening. We already got spiritual wars happening. Like we already invested in too many wars that is out of our control. Why would we want to come back, on a platform where we're supposed to be escaping from some of that stuff and just having fun and letting our hair down and having to go to war every day? It's not fun. It's not fun anymore. V Love says, I get it. Awesome, sir. I appreciate you. You helped me a lot on YouTube. And I thank you, Star. Stay driven. See, that's nice. Like we can be nice to one another, like kind to one another. Asher says, facts, Adimani. Snoopy is a castle of cards, ready to collapse at any moment, where all pathetic identity games will be revealed to only weak losers. Revealed to be. And Star says, V Love, you're always welcome on my channel. You help me a lot as well. Thank you. Yeah. The setups they are trying to fire up are so basic and cringe. It definitely seems like it's some type of operation or something. I cannot be sure, but it's just like, where did all of this come from? Like, is it that time of the year? Like, because didn't we see the same experience happen around the same time last year? It's like this time of year, the same stuff starts happening over and over again. It's ridiculous. Star says, Golden, I'm sick of talking with these individuals. I'll save my conversation for the authorities. I've had enough and it's too draining. People having to go to the authorities. The receipts are so lame. I would love them to bring them to a court of law. Star says, Ash and me too. And Monty's hearts laughing. They block people that oppose their lies. I'm blocked by most. Asher, I'm blocked everywhere I go, child. I am always blocked everywhere I go because I'm just going to say what I think and what I feel. And like you said, if it's opposed to what the narrative is and what it is that they're talking about, you're going against the grain, or if your opinion or your thoughts are against, whatever it is that they're pushing or they're selling, yeah, they'll silence you and they block you. Even when you come and try to clarify and tell the truth, right, about something that they're clearly lying about and spinning a narrative on, they block you out of the conversation from telling the truth and clarifying what they're saying about you. And I'm like, how you block me from telling y'all what's really going on with a situation that I'm involved in? How you can tell it better than I can tell it, but then I get blocked and silenced. I'm just like, yo, this, Star said, that's what I call fear mongering. Angie says, Asher, love you. Good. Asher says, they like doxing, calling CPS on families here in the U.S. I know their identities. They need to be careful. I'm blocked a few places too, Polo says. Child, I am blocked everywhere I go. Everywhere I go. Especially as of now. Because don't nobody want the truth. Don't nobody want to hear the truth. The lie is more interesting than the truth. The lie is more entertaining than the truth. I don't mind being boring by telling the truth, because the truth needs to be told, especially when it's coming to some of these, serious topics and matters that's being talked about. Like, it's defamation of character. It's, it's real nasty work. You don't just get to create your own narrative and paint your own storyline of somebody and something and then let it just roll. No. And then when that person comes in to say, respectfully, if you have any questions or concerns about any of these things, involving me, I think it's best to get it directly from the person who's involved, who can tell you better than they can. We got outside sources, people sometimes that don't even live in this country, that they're going to give their 2 cents on what happened in a situation that you were involved in and talk about that and spin that narrative and that story as if that's factual and that's true. And they know nothing about it because they were not there. They didn't live it. They didn't experience it. Make it make sense for me. And people try to say that I'm crazy. Am I crazy for saying that? Or does it sound like I have some actual common sense? Y'all ask yourselves. Think about a situation that you were in, maybe with one person, maybe with several other people. And how would you like it if you come to the internet and you see every Tom, Dick, and Harry, excuse my language, telling the narrative and the story of how things went down, and they weren't even there. Not even in no close proximity. No close proximity. And some of these people will spin a narrative on a story without even talking to either party. They'll just be their own independent party talking about what two other people have going on and haven't even spoke to those two other people. They just make up what they want to make up and run with it. That is annoying to me. That gets under my skin so bad. And one of the things I said with a lot of the stuff that be happening, and y'all know that I've always said this on my channel. Y'all have been watching me for some time now. I have to sometimes take things on the chin. I have to sometimes be embarrassed about us. I have to sometimes be like, you know what? Well, hey, okay. You know, well, yeah, I did say that. I did do that. And that is what happened. You have to take it on the chin. That's called being an adult. That's called taking accountability. So if you're willing to do that, then that means you're willing to tell the truth. If you already are embarrassed, why not just tell the truth about the embarrassment? So talk to me. Ask me about what happened, or at least ask any of the parties involved. These people don't even speak to any of the parties involved. They just come out with their own storyline and their own narrative and paint it as its facts. And then you see it like that whisper game. Y'all remember that whisper game? You have like maybe 10 people lined up. You say something, the first person whispers it in the next person's ear, and then they whisper it into the next person's ear, and so on and so on and so on. And by the time it gets to the last person, it is nothing like what the first person said. It is totally different by the time it gets down to that last person. This is literally what they're doing when they keep regurgitating these storylines of what something happened between people. Like, and my whole thing is to, if you talk about it one day, okay, talk about it 2 days, all right. What is all of this dragging this stuff out for content and entertainment purposes? You have nothing else you can come up with and create or talk about. Like, people are literally getting to the point where they are digging up things that happened a year ago and reanimating these things for content. That is crazy. If you cannot come up with anything fresh, anything new, because a lot of things have happened since last year. Let's just say right now it is April 30th, 2026. A lot of things have happened since April 30th, 2025 up until April 30th, 2026. Whether it be in their personal lives, the government, the world, entertainment, celebrities, Hollywood. There are so many things that have happened since then that you can come up with to talk about that's new and fresh. Why dig things up from a year ago and reanimate them and talk about them all over again? If it's all done, if it's all been, whatever side it lies on is what side it lies on, why are we bringing it up again? Well, child, I'm going to keep my mouth out of that one. But I think I know why a lot of people have to retell the story on how certain things went down during that time, because there's a lot of things that's happening in the background. I think the piper is coming to collect. But again, child, let me just move around. Because I'm not dumb, and I'm not slow. I see it for what it is. And if people need to tie up a few loose ends, or that's what they feel like they're doing, then again, that really shows you exactly the level of severity of the things that people are doing on this app. If you're just supposed to come here and have fun and kick it, you know what I'm saying, make some fun content, stuff like that, why would anybody have to come back a year later and tie up a loose end? You see what I'm saying? It's getting a little too serious here on YouTube with some of these operations that these people are doing. A little too serious. Hold on, let me check some of y'all comments. I'm going back. Hold on. Star said, you can't try to speak. They only attack you, so you get mad. They make you look bad. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, You try to defend yourself. You try to tell the truth and be like, no, you're lying. Let me tell you the truth about what you're talking about because you have no idea what you're talking about. And then when you do that, and because they keep blocking you and silencing you and calling you names and dragging you day after day after day in all of these different chats and channels, by that time, you then rose up like a volcano and you about ready to explode. And then when you do explode, oh my God, you're a terrible person. Oh my God, you're you know what I'm saying? Look how they're attacking, dropping the tea. A young woman with a family insulting because she was having fun on YouTube on her birthday. Right, right. All these truth tellers need to be careful that the people will turn the focus on their lives outside YouTube since they like digging into other personal situations. Right, Imani? Right. Exactly. You know, because the thing is, when it comes to that, they push and push and push and play and play and play, and they don't understand. They don't know who people are, who they know, what they're capable of, and you don't like it when the shoe is on the other foot. So a lot of people, like, it probably would just be in your best interest to leave people alone because you probably gonna make more problems for yourself by continuing to poke and harass and tell lies and drag people. Like, all of that, you never know how somebody's going to respond or retaliate. That's like that. What we was talking about. I was talking about this with Carlos. Like, you can't hit somebody and tell them how hard to hit you back. And a lot of times with these people, they just be out here swinging and they throw some hits, and then when they get hit back, they get aired out, and then now they're embarrassed and they're upset because that person hits back harder. So you wanted to fight, don't get mad about that. You know what I mean? They attack as a group and then block. Yeah. Polo says, Asher, we had a ball on her birthday, but I knew they were going to make a circus out of it. She was having such a great time on her birthday. And y'all know I be doing birthday lives and stuff too, y'all. We be having a good time. Isn't that what it's supposed to be about? Having a good time? Why you gotta drag somebody and be nasty work towards somebody because they having fun on their birthday? But let me not get all the way into it. I'm trying to be nice tonight, but I have to be honest. A lot of these individuals are very envious and jealous, and they get mad when I say that. When I say that, I'm not just talking about myself. These people are envious and jealous towards many people, not just me. So what other reason do they have to be mad at dropping the tea? What does she do to anybody? I've never seen her do nothing to anybody. I like her channel. Her channel has gotten really great. I love all of her graphics. I like her music. She's doing the dang on thing. Okay? And because she's doing it and she's winning, why hate her for that? Because you can't do it? You could. These people could if they spent more time pouring into their content and their channels in that way, that artistic type of way, instead of just talking about people and dragging people every time they hit the go live button. Maybe you can do some of those same things too. Figure it out. Learn it. That's what I did. I learned skills on here. Child, y'all remember when I did the thumbnail and they said no thumbnail? Because I didn't know at the time. I didn't know how to make thumbnails back then. Child, and somebody gave me some mean advice, but it was advice, and said that I need better thumbnails. And I said, okay, I will figure out how to make thumbnails. And I figured it out. I taught myself how to do it. The same thing with music. I figured it out. I taught myself how to do it. And I already like music anyway. I have an ear for music, so that's not that hard. But you have to learn how to use these software apps and all these type of things. So I teach myself how to do these things, and I keep doing them over and over and over so I can get better and better and better. And if you do that, why do people get upset with you about that? Why do they try to clown you and drag you for that? Like, why? Oh, now you're copying somebody. Oh, now this, now that. Like, just be real about what it is. I don't get it. They might become the content at some point, child. So they will never admit to being wrong about anything. No. Thank you, Imani. Don't tell lies about me, and I won't tell truths about you. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Period. Just like that. You know what I mean? Straight like that. The telephone game. Yeah, the telephone game. hmm Snoopy and her husband are grandparents. They're screen recording a content creator enjoying her birthday on YouTube, then calling her all sorts of names like a. Mm, mm, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know? So it's just like, do we think that that's tasteful? Like, but these are the people that this is what do they call it? The heavyweight champ. Child, it's the heavyweight champ. Is that tasteful to be somebody and doing those type of things alongside your husband? Y'all both just out here on a team. What is it? Y'all remember what was that team from Pokemon? Team Rocket. They out here Team Rocket. Just dragging people and talking about people for what? For what? And if y'all are happy and if y'all are satisfied with your life, why do you spend majority of your time on YouTube always talking about other people? And if you call yourself exposing people on YouTube, are you a vigilante, an independent vigilante, or are you working for some type of organization? Do you work for the FBI? Do you work for the CIA? Do you work for the police? Like, who appointed you to be somebody to be out here exposing what people are doing? You just decided that you wanted to wake up one day and be the YouTube police. I do have a song called YouTube Police. But anyway, hit dogs definitely do holler, Star. They holler real loud. Real loud. Saying all kinds of nasty things about her, being a drunk, a lot of nasty lies. They call everybody drunks, and some people do seem to may have some issues, right? Some people may have drinks and they turn up a bit. Doesn't mean that they're drunk. They might just be having a sip or celebrating something and having a good time. But they give these labels to everyone. It's the easiest thing for them to do because they really have nothing else to say. They're here always watching, screen recording. Creepy. Yeah. Screen recording, audio recording, clipping comments in the chats, clipping comments from under the video after it's over. These are the receipts. Stalking. That's basically what it is. You're stalking. They're trying to contend for their next live with those lame receipts. And as far as when it goes to, like I said, in the very beginning of my life, all of these things that have been happening, these operations, whatever they exposing, whatever they got receipts about, money transfers, all of this stuff, sending money, donating money, I don't care about none of that, right? And it's just because I have no parts in it. So I don't know nothing about it, right? But one thing I will say is if people donate money, I do feel as though they're giving from their heart because they want to support that person and they give them the money. Then I think sometimes after that person getting the money, then what they do with it is up to them after that. I do believe that. Now, if you are saying it is for a specific reason to aid and assist or get something done or get a conclusion, to be handled with that said money, then I do think people are going to be looking to see if that problem is solved with the said money that they desire to send to aid and assist in that particular situation. So I do believe both of those things to be true. Like if you're just giving, like a donation or a love offering or something to someone, yeah, I feel like, okay, so after you give it to them, it's like, I don't worry about what they do with it. I gave it to them because I want to. In the kindness of my heart, I donated somebody to them, gave them a little piece of change, whatever. They can do what they want with it. If you're moving and pushing like an operation or, a GoFundMe or something like that for a specific cause or a specific reason, I think people are going to want updates to know what's going on with that cause. And did the money help? Did we conclude that situation with the money? Did that money fix the problem? Because y'all are saying y'all need the money because of this problem, right? So, oh God, this is going on. We need about $1,000. Does anybody care to help and donate to this situation? Because after we get this $1,000, this situation is going to be solved or resolved, right? And I think if people are giving their money for a specific cause, they do deserve to know the updates of what is going on with that cause and if there's any conclusion. Like, did that money get to where it needed to go and help fix the problem that y'all said the money was for to fix? That's all I'm saying. And that's common freaking sense. And I don't know if anybody else agree with me or not, or if y'all see it and y'all understand it. Like, that's very much common sense to me, you know? Now, there may be some people out there that don't care, but some people, especially if it is like a traumatic story or situation or storyline, I think people, they're going to be emotionally invested as much as they're going to be financially invested if they're donating money. Hey, Carlos.
I would have to say something about that.
Yeah, tell me what you think, boo.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Like, you gave them money to fix a problem and they use it for whatever reason they want to. I could dig that. Now the problem is this. I wouldn't give me. I'm talking about just me personally. If I gave you money to fix a problem and you didn't fix it, I'm not gonna get upset. Just know damn well don't ask me for another dollar.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's how I feel about it.
you learned the first time around. Like, you like, okay, yeah, no, we ain't doing it no more. Absolutely
Right.
not.
Just don't ask me for another dollar. If I gave it to you for a reason, I'm not mad that you ain't use it for that reason. Hey, it is what it is. I did it because I felt some kind of sympathy for you or felt love for you, whatever reason. But don't ask me for another dollar if you didn't put it for what I gave it for. That's how I feel.
Right. Now, if you find out right later on that, okay, it was presented to you as this is this big issue that's happening, this person needs help, this is the amount of money we need to raise to help aid in this situation in however way, and you send the money to do that, and then that issue was never a real issue, and you come to find out that it was all just a scam just so they can get money out your pocket. I know what you're saying. Like you said, you'll never give money again. But do you feel as though you would be like, "Yo, I want my money back"?
Nah, because it depends. Now, do I know the motherfucker like that? Is he in my circle or she in my circle? Or that's my brother? Nah, if you just a person I don't know, I can't get mad at you if you didn't use it. That's my fault. It's called gambling. I took a 50-50 chance. You lose, you win.
Oh, it's example. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. I like that you bring that perspective to the table. So you're saying it as like, well, look, listen, I got to take accountability. It was a gamble. You know what I'm
It
saying?
was a gamble.
I
Because you don't
believe
know them.
that was true, but
Do you
I
really like? Let's keep it real. Do you really know? Do you really know these people on YouTube? Like how you know your brother, your sister, or your mother? No, you don't.
no,
So when you give somebody something on YouTube, it's a gamble.
right, right, because you can't be sure.
You don't know. Yeah, you can't be sure what they're going. They could be lying. Who knows?
Right.
Or they could be
Okay.
telling the truth. Who knows?
Okay. I
It's
feel
a
you on
gamble.
that. I feel you on that. That's a good point that you bring to the mix. You know what I mean? So, some people can have buyers or donators remorse. And I understand that. I understand how they would feel, and I understand where they're coming from. And you said that you're just the type of person just like, well, look, I didn't really know these people too well anyway. So it's like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got, but I won't never get got again. That's how you feel
Exactly.
about it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
did out the kindness of your heart. But hey, I got God. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I can't do nothing about it. It is what it
Right.
is. It's not like I call you up on the phone, like, yo, my nigga, where my shit at? You know what I mean? I'm about to pull up. Nah, it ain't none of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
it is what it is. It's kindness of my
Like,
heart. And you
basically,
got
you
me. You
gotta take
got me.
that
But you won't never get me again.
right. Like, you take that on the chin. You know what I'm saying?
What it
Like,
is.
all right, it got me, but you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna get me again. I got you. I feel you on that. Yeah. Polo, what you talking about? Star, I'm a drunk and I'm fine with it. I pay my own bills and take care of many people. So who cares what a YouTuber thinks? Yo, Polo, for real. Like, I don't think you're a drunk, baby. I don't think you're a drunk. If you enjoy your drink, you enjoy your drink. But like you said, you handling your responsibilities, you holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Then hell, why do people need to be up in your business as far as what you're doing in your life? You know what I'm saying? How is it affecting them? What you eat don't make them you know what, okay? So but I don't know. I've seen spend a little time and stuff over on your channel and stuff like that. I mean, I don't think you're a drunk, but hey, if you have a little sippy sip, you have a little sippy sip. Oh, thank you, Asher. You like my thumbnail? Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, like Asher saying, you do you, Polo. Yeah, you know as long as you straight, that's all it is. Star say, Polo, you don't have to answer to strangers. These people don't care. You know who cares about you. Yeah, exactly, Star. You know what I'm saying? Like, forget what these people saying. Who cares? It gets you angry. It does get you angry. I understand that because they lie so much and they defame you. And that's one of the things that is really hard for me to stomach. Like, I do not like when people lie on me and my character because I know who I am, and I know that a lot of the way that I am now, I've worked hard to become. It took me work to be different. It took me work, you know what I'm saying, to like to be the way that I am. So it's just like I don't really like I don't like when people try to come because now you're discrediting and you're dismantling everything that I've worked towards that I've done to change my character and who I am as a person. And you just want to flush that down the toilet and you don't even know me. And then you paint that narrative all over the internet to anyone who will listen and will be, susceptible to believing what you say opposed to what they learn and see and get from me themselves. They just want to take somebody's word for it. And so I don't like that type of stuff. Like, if you want to get to know somebody for yourself. That's what I had to do. I made that mistake and I didn't do that. Right? I didn't do that. I made that mistake towards a lot of people and it probably was hurtful towards them. And that's why I changed it. I changed it up. And I said, well, let me go check these people out for myself, spend some time, see how they move, see how they shake, what they about. And I'll do that for myself instead of taking somebody else's word for it. Now, after I do that for myself, how I feel after I've done that for myself is now how I still feel. And if I'm not rocking with that or I don't like how you move and you shake, that's how I feel after my own observation, not just based off of what somebody has told me. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's different. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the thing to do. Like, get to know people for yourself. Go and see how this person move, how this person shake, how this person operate. Learn for yourself. Don't take nobody's word for it. That's not fair. Because if they don't like that person or if they want to defame them and drag their name and who they are, then that's too easy, right? They're just gonna say whatever it is they want to say to make you look bad or make you seem like a bad person. And if people are just eating that up like cake instead of trying to get to know you for themselves, then this is what we have now that we see. So Imani says, you feel strongly you can report them to the authorities because as far as I know, YouTube doesn't have a fraud squad. We need a 15-part live to know a scam is a scam. Excuse me. Because guess what? The 15-part live making just as much money, if not more, for exposing the scam when the phone call to the popo will end it. There you go, Imani. You see what I'm saying? So what Imani is basically saying is with these individuals that want to be these vigilantes that are fighting against crime and all of these things that are happening, if you truthfully really want to do that, it doesn't take making a 15-part live or expose or series, right, to do that. You just go directly to, the sources that you need to go to submit and turn in crimes and criminal activity, and boom, bada, dada, doop, we're done. It's getting shut down and the proper authorities are handling it. But somebody who's exploiting these type of things for content, but then want to say that they're fighting crime. If you want to fight crime, you fight crime the right way. And if you're not a law official, then you really don't have the right tools to be able to fight against that crime. But just to get up on a live every day or every week and continue to draw out the story and the storyline, that's not the right way you fight against crime. If you're really about somebody who wants to fight against crime and stop it dead in its tracks, you report it to the proper authorities and boom, that's it. It's really quickly done. Swish, swish, wipe your hands of it, keep it pushing. You did what you were supposed to do as a civilian. But we have these individuals out here who want to, that's basically what they're doing. They are exploiting these things and acting like they are fighting against these said crimes, but yet they're turning it into a docuseries. That's not fighting against crime. It's not. That's not how you fight against it properly. And with that said docuseries, who is it benefiting? Are those people who are in trouble getting any immediate help? No. But you're getting immediate cash apps and memberships and all of the things like that, right? Because I don't even know. Sometimes the people may believe in you. At one point, I believed in some of these people. I thought they really were trying to fight crime until I found out, oh, this is just all a game. It's just a ring around the rosy to get what? Subscribers, money, all of those type of things. You're not trying to shut that crime down and stop what's going on or help aid the person who is being harmed. And we're finding out now that a lot of these people that are coming out with these, situations, it could be possible that it's not real. So we can't be sure about these things. But some of these things are being popped and exposed for what they really are. Scams and grifts. And, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be mad because the truth is coming out. There's always going to be a time where the truth will come to the surface, right? And the people will hear it, they'll see it for what it is, and they'll believe it and they'll be like, oh, dang, that's messed up. Or they may be on the side of the people who are trying to, sweep it all under the rug and act like it isn't what it is and play along with the script. So, do you want to play along with the script, or do you really want to save and help people that are actually in harm's way by some of these things that are happening? Which one is it? So, there's always that, y'all, child. There's always that. But I got one more thing I want to talk to y'all about, but just give me 1 second. We're going to take a quick song break, and I'll be right back. And then we'll get into our final little discussion or whatnot for the evening. And then I'll wrap this up. I ain't going to hold y'all too long. I'll be right back, okay?
It's pathetic, you know it. It's pathetic, you know it. Golden queen, no, but let's get one thing straight. I see the snipers, I see the fakes. I see you. Ain't no blind spots over here. Everything exposed when I step in place. Y'all want me in the trenches when the heat gets high, but when I'm in the fire, y'all just wave goodbye. Where you at? Nothing but excuses. Nobody tells the truth. Just liars and suppliers with the snipers on the roof. Got men claiming women, weaponizing what they born is. You the road to YouTube, y'all really trying to scorn us. No disrespect, but if you want the title, stop the playing. I love everybody, but I mean just what I'm saying. Period. I don't fold under pressure. I was built in the flame. Every time they switch sides, I just level the game. You perform for attention, I perform for the truth. Big difference when you solid versus chasing the proof. Fraud, yeah, I clocked it. You moving funny, I don't rock it. Truth loud, I don't gotta mock it. When the light hit, can't nobody block it. Don't come for me, there's fun for me. It's never done for me, the golden queen. Yeah, that's the only way it's gonna be. Y'all fighting your battles on your own tonight. This YouTube drama got me mad, it's moving left to right. Mad to my bone, you a fraud, you need the law. There ain't shit that I can do. I'm done saving people who can't even tell the truth. I'm done. Golden. Yeah, I said it clear. No confusion when I step in here. Big pressure, no fear, no disguise. I see reality, you use it as your ammo. Dirty, that's the foulest trick, hiding in that camo. But we pray for the broken, yeah, it's clear to see. Don't worry about a drag, you won't get that from me. Won't happen. Just a prayer for your sanity, you're looking quite afflicted. Your spirit's off the tracks and your energy is restricted. These women using women just to get close to a man. I remember those 20s, I lived them, I understand. I know the game, the road hit different when you walk in your truth. Not performing for the crowd, not addicted to the views. You can mimic all day, still won't match the source. I don't argue with illusions, I just change the course. Tick, 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 time revealing everything. You can fake the image, but you can't fake the energy. And I see it all. Don't come for me, there's none for me. It's never done for me, the golden queen. Yeah, that's the only way it's gonna be. Truth cut deep when the pressure rise. Ain't no hiding when it's seen through my eyes. You a fraud, you did it all. I said what I said. I don't wrestle with the fake, I move forward instead. Big throne energy, I don't beg, don't plead. I don't follow no wave, I create what they need. But now it's just funny, it's yeah, stay mad while I stay golden, 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 golden. Keep it golden. Golden queen.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for listening to that song break. So, just a few final things that I wanted to talk about, and then we're gonna get up out of here, child. Okay, so this is my thing, right? Number one, if somebody makes a decision, right, that they want to forgive somebody, give somebody another chance, whatever, and they go over, they do that, and then they get burned again, right? I think that's that person's business, right? Like whatever has happened, however, the consequences come out when it comes to that, that person has to deal with it, right? And they'll deal with it as they see fit and accordingly, right? That's how I feel. That's how I move. That's how I handle myself. I'll handle it. I'll deal with it. I'll figure it out. And then you have other people who think that is like like a rerun storyline or something. Like the rerun of it all for me is what is like really interesting, because it's just like, how many days in a row now do these things have to keep being talked about? Like we get it. We already seen what happened. We already know how it's going down. Must it be talked about day in and day out? And when people are more upset for you than you are for yourself, I think that's a little weird, because it's just like, why are you so mad? Why are you so upset by that? I see what's going on. I clearly see what's going on. I'm dealing with what's going on accordingly. That's my business. Like, why do people insert themselves into that? So again, like I said, when people try to play like they have amnesia and they don't know, like what's going on, and they don't recall the questions that they've been asked and the conversations that they had, I just think that it's like, okay, like, is that truthful? Is that real? Like, do you really have amnesia? Is there really something going on? Or are you just trying to play in the people's face? Because I think it's kind of, like I said, pathetic. It's a little pathetic. And these are people who equally have their own problems that they probably should focus on. You know what I mean? So it's just like, this is what I'm telling you. People do not care, right? Like, so don't come out and say like, oh God, I feel so bad that she's going through this and this happened to her and this person treated her that way. No, you don't. You don't feel bad. You think it's funny and you want to laugh at it, right? Because this is how these people do. So it's like, you don't feel bad. You don't You're not over here all boo hoo hoo sad. Like, I can't believe it going through this. This is not right. Because when they're talking about what's happening, they're laughing. They having a field day with it. They having a field day with your demise, your embarrassment, your whatever it is you're going through, right? And they're using it for content. They're laughing in your face. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bluetooth connected.
no respect whatsoever. No respect. And so I don't look at it like that no more. When I see and I hear how these people move and operate and do these things, I'm just like, okay, don't sit up there and gaslight. Don't sit up there and plead like, oh, I just feel so bad because we tried to tell her and so. hmm So if you really felt real true remorse and so bad, would it be content all the time of something for you to laugh at and poke fun at? If you really actually cared how somebody got treated and how, that's unfortunate situation, right? Even though that person brought it on themselves for forgiving somebody that they shouldn't be forgiven and giving somebody a chance they shouldn't have gotten another chance. If you really fully feel like, oh, that's really unfortunate that person's going to do that, there would be a level of empathy there. There's no empathy. You think it's funny, you think it's hilarious, you bring it up as content. I watch the people as they roast and drag and laugh. Like, okay. And you know what? If you and your life need a good laugh at my expense, I'm gonna go ahead and let you have it. Because guess what? I have many laughs in my life. So I'm not thirsty for laughs. I'm not thirsty for fun. I'm not thirsty for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have good times outside of laughing at somebody else's demise or somebody else going through something. You know what I mean? Like, that's unfortunate. I don't have to get my laughs off of those things. I get my laughs off of genuinely being around people that I love and I care about and I have a good time with. So it's the gaslighting for me. Is another thing that like really, really gets under my skin because people will try to sit up here and act like, oh, I feel so bad for her. Oh, this is unfortunate. This happened to her. I don't not like her. I never didn't like. Please, please, can we stop? Can we stop? And cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I be feeling about all of it. Because I see it as the phoniness that it really is. And just because I see through that, people don't understand that. Because when I don't have no patience for it, then now all of a sudden I'm aggressive, I'm loud, I'm attacking. I get mad when I get mad, but I also get mad when people play in my face. Because I know it's a lot of phoniness that's happening around here on this app. And I know the people that's phony. So that's just another thing that I just wanted to clarify. Okay. Um, as far as me talking in circles, talking in circles, dancing in circles, it doesn't matter. I can do anything in circles around any of these individuals. Period. So if you think that I'm talking in circles because basically I am holding up a mirror and forcing you to look in it and respond to your own questions that you're asking me, and your only response is you don't know, you don't remember, I think that speaks volumes. I really think that speaks volumes. Because I don't think there's no way that people don't remember. I don't think there's no way that you don't remember what you said, what you do on a day-to-day basis. Like, there's no way that you don't know that. And to gaslight other people into believing what you're saying is true, that is wild to me. Like, whoever believes that, that is wild to me. We see the games being played, we sure do. But I will say one thing. I seen Valerie. She was speaking on multiple occasions about a lot of this stuff. And one thing I say about Valerie, she seems to be very like classy to me. Like, she don't say too much, she don't do too much. You know what I mean? And she's very much like mature. mature and rational. And I like the way she presents herself when she's on panels and she's speaking about certain things. And so I seen her speaking on the situation, just like anybody can speak on these situations. It's not the problem that people can't speak on it. It's about how do you do it and what are you saying, right? And so I seen her speak on it, and she was very respectful when it came to that. But other individuals that like to play, like they don't know what's going on and they're confused. I'm not understanding what people are confused about. It's very much straightforward. There should be no confusion there. There's no confusion when it comes to me. I don't know why it's confusion when it comes to them. That might be an issue that you need to look into. That you can't remember things, that was just said an hour ago or something like that. That's crazy. But talking in circles, nah. I'm asking you questions. The same questions you asking me, I'm asking you. Because I really genuinely want to know, how are you going to answer that question? You couldn't answer it. Something weird about that. Especially considering you went through the same thing. But now all of a sudden, oh, you didn't go through that. That didn't happen to you. Like we didn't sit up there and see it 2 times for you as well. So I think we got a tie right now. So to try to make somebody else look like they beneath you or they're doing worse than you in the exact same situation that you've been in, and we bear witness to you having going through that situation like about the same amount of times. No, ma'am, that's not cute at all. And like I said, I don't really be having problems with these people. I just have problems with the fact that they play cuckoo. And sometimes I'm asking myself nowadays, I don't know, are y'all playing or not? Because I can't be sure, because a lot of it's a little strange. Like the things that people say, it's really a little strange. And I'm wondering, like, are y'all playing? Is this an act or is this real? I don't know. I don't know. But we can be honest about those things, y'all. We can talk about them fully. It's too easy to do. It's too easy to have a conversation. It is. But I can only have a conversation with people who can converse back. You understand? Like, it has to be a two-way street. I can't have a conversation with someone who cannot, like converse back with me. It's like talking to a wall. Hmm. All right, y'all. I'm back. I had to get JJ a snack real quick. But yeah, like I said, I don't hate people. I don't hold heat in my heart, right? Like, cause I don't move like that. I don't operate like that with heat in my heart. It just holds too much energy, negative energy in your body. So I don't hate nobody. And I never even really said that I dislike this person. But like I said, okay, this is the thing. When adults, grown folk, make certain decisions in their life, I don't understand how other people feel like they're so invested in the decisions that another adult or individual made in their life. If a person makes a comment or has anything to say about someone, that should not put people in such of a uproar to where now they just can't get over it, they're losing sleep, and they continue to talk about it over and over again. Because I say something about someone that I felt at the time, I don't understand like that sends somebody into a uproar. That's the uproar. Like, and you can't stop talking about it. And then as more things start piling on, it's adding fuel to your already lit fire. And now we see how you're pushing that fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it doesn't matter if I made a decision that I wanted to forgive somebody, give somebody another chance, and it blew up in my face. I'm a grown woman. It blew up in my face, not yours. Why are you so upset? But see, people would like to ignite their hate for somebody with your things that you go through in your life. So they take the things that you experience with that person as gasoline and they squirt that on the fire that they already have burning against someone that they already dislike. And it's just like, don't use my experiences for your gasoline to keep your fire burning. I will deal with my own things that I go through and the choices that I make. The fact that they do that to me, I think is very weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already know you dislike this girl. We already know that. You've been talking and saying nasty things about her because you don't like her. And y'all equally don't like each other and been going back and forth. We know that. We know that, right? And so now, because of the situation that I am currently going through with her, you're using that as your own gasoline to keep your fire going as far as the hate that you have towards that girl. Just like you sit here, exactly, Imani. You sit there and said this girl is more evil than Donald Trump. Can somebody make that make sense for me? How can, and we know the girl we talking about, yeah, I don't really want to call no names. We know who we talking about. How can she be more evil than Donald Trump? Do you really know exactly what Donald Trump has done now to our country and the world? Because there's a lot of parts connected. It's not just U.S. anymore, right? Have you actually been watching all the things that Donald Trump does and has done and is doing? And this individual that's just a content creator on YouTube is supposed to be more evil than Donald Trump. Do you see the disdain, the level of disdain that this person has for that individual? So you have that already. We know that. But don't use my situation as gasoline to throw on your already lit fire towards that person. I don't like that. I think that's weird. And you don't really genuinely care about the situation. You only care about taking the gasoline from it. That's all you want it for, is the gasoline. So you can have another thing to say, another however much longer to keep talking nasty and dragging and talking about this girl that you already got disdain for. You was going to do that anyway. But now this ups the ante for you. And you're using it off of the back of other people's issues with the girl. That's weird to me. Y'all understand what I'm saying with that? Like, you don't really genuinely care about the issue between me and her. You're using that as gasoline to already throw on an already lit fire you have towards the girl. That's not genuine to me. So don't act like you care when you don't. You're just so happy right now that you have more of a reason to drag her and talk about her and be nasty work towards her. And whatever y'all had going on between each other, y'all did back and forth to each other. Like I said, not my business, not my fight. I stay out of that. And what I have going on between her should not be your business or your fight. And you should stay out of it too. Because trust me, trust and believe, I'll handle it accordingly the way I need to myself. Because I'm a grown woman. But that's all that stuff be about. People be looking for extra gasoline to throw in an already lit match. Like, you don't care. Oh, yeah. Who is Gavin Newsom? Yeah, I did hear that. That was kind of wow. That's all I can say is wow. But reporting on politics, child, I don't make these things up. I'm not trying to drag nobody. I'm just saying certain things that I hear, I just be like, well, that's interesting. But you know what I'm saying? It'd be that type of stuff for me. So it's just like, I see it, I hear it all. I'm just like, shoulder shrug. Like, shoulder shrug. It makes no sense. It makes no common sense. And then the parts of it that do make sense, I know exactly what it's about. And I'm not saying I'm sticking up for nobody or taking up for nobody no more, because I'm not. Trust me, I didn't learn my lesson, and I don't care. I'm out. Period. I am out of all of it, honestly. But it'd be the fake outrage for me. Like, you're not outraged for me. You're outraged for yourself. It adds to what you already enjoy doing, dragging the girl, being nasty work towards the girl. So you're using this situation as fuel to continue to do that. Because honestly, with y'all situation, I thought at some point as well, when does this end? Like, when do you stop saying these things over and over again, day after day, live after live? Even if people do try to come over and watch your content, don't nobody want to hear you sitting up there dragging somebody and calling them maggot and sardinia all day, every day. So when I said I stopped watching the channel and the content, that's why. And I don't even really care too much about Meghan Markle, but y'all, I would just listen to it to show support and hit the damn like button. But if you was talking about politics or something like that, I'd come and listen. I'd come and watch. But then it started to become different. It started to just be you dragging Maggie all day, every day, and calling her the most despicable names. Every time that I've gotten into it with Maggie, I've never called Maggie out of her name, because I just think that's kind of immature. I don't have to call nobody out of their name just because we fell out or we having an issue. I don't do that. Unless I think it's funny, a little small joke. You might hear me hit it, one time or whatnot. But the continuous, like, name calling and image shaming and all that stuff continuously, I think there's something a little bit off with that, But I don't know. Let people do what they're gonna do, child. I cannot speak on for other. Asher laughing. I cannot speak on what other people choose to do with their content, child. If that's what you choose to do, it is a bit funny, but for reasons that are actually things that, honestly, it's shameful to laugh at. But it is a bit funny. But yeah, I just don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a younger girl, right? Younger than your age, and you calling her maggot in Sardinia, and you have a daughter, a little young daughter. I don't. You see what I'm saying? Like, how is that? Y'all, help me out now. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just trying to be calm, and I'm also bringing clarity and understanding of my mindset right now and how my mindset has been set up. So y'all let me know, am I wrong for that? I don't know. And then it continues. It continues and it continues and it continues. Like, after all of this and stuff, like I said, it's already been said and done. That's it. You move on, you get over it, you move forward, you keep going with life, because there's other things in life, right? There's other things in life than Maggie. There's other things to talk about as far as content than Maggie. Like, whether she did you dirty or she crossed you or she embarrassed you or whatever, like, you move on from that at some point, right? Like, you don't just stay stuck to it. You know what I mean? Like, you get over it, you keep it pushing. Life goes on. Anyway, so the only reason why I got to keep sometimes talking about this stuff is because a lot of other people don't get that. And they just continue to talk about it as if it's fresh out the box. And it's like, no, this is old. Like, what are we talking about now? What are we working towards? A month almost now? And this is still content. This is still conversation. It's just like, do you not have anything else to talk about? Why keep bringing it up? It's already over with. Child, I cannot. You said Golden and Magic's friendship is complex. Magic said she loved Golden yesterday. Child, I guess I'll just say I do not hate nobody, right? Magic can be real lethal and real brutal and real nasty work. And we know this about her. But Magic knows this about herself. And Magic has admitted to the public that this is who she is and how she is, and that's how she'll continue to be. So then, now it shifts over to others, right? Such as myself. So you know somebody is like that, they move that way, they operate that way. What you get is what you see. Just like Carlos has said earlier, like you're taking a gamble and a risk anyway, right? Like trying to reconnect with that person or give that person a chance to give them reframe with that person. You already know that's not really how she move and operate, right? Like she said, content creator, she's not friends with anybody on YouTube. She's not friends with any content creator. It's not a friendship. That's not what it is. I thought that we was at least cordial or could at least be cordial and just keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. I'm not looking for a bestie out of Maggie. No. Why would I need Maggie to be my bestie? I got besties. But I was like, okay, at least we could be cordial on this YouTube app. Maybe we can show people like, yeah, you know, you can go through things and you can forgive one another and move forward and still be cordial. That's what I'm thinking. What other people think is what they think, you know. And then again, you also have the fact that, and this is what I was talking about earlier. So a lot of the backlash I got is because I decided as a grown woman that makes her own choices and do what I want to do, that I would move forward and past all of, you know, the things that happened in the past between me and Maggie. I was going to be cordial with her and just move forward, keep it pushing like that, right? Then there's a group or a community of people that wanted to hate me, dislike me, and attack me because I decided to make that decision. And it doesn't affect their life. Like Maggie's not going to do nothing to you. She's not going to hurt you. She's not going to throw you under the bus. She's not going to embarrass you. She's going to do that to me, right? So I don't understand why the outside people, they get so upset, right, about my choice that I decide to make. And then when it does blow up, it's not the fact that they actually cared. Like I said, the whole thing, same thing with Lady Letitia. You don't genuinely care because the minute that it happens, you're at the front of the line waiting to laugh and clown. So that's not genuinely caring or being fearful that someone's going to get hurt and you don't want to see them get hurt or you don't want to see them get embarrassed again. You're waiting for the moment that happens because you're waiting to laugh. You're waiting to drag them. You're waiting to clown them. You're waiting to do all of that. You're itching inside to do it. So that's not genuine care. You see what I'm saying? Like, and you think people can't spot that or see that from a mile away? It's too obvious. Like, child, people was fighting for the front row seat. For the front row seat to clown and drag and laugh and say, I told you so. What do the I told you so do for you? Like, do that bring you peace and that make you sleep better at night when you get to tell somebody, I told you so? And then after the I told you so, it's the continuing of dragging and calling people dumbass and she's fucking stupid. Yeah, she's an insane person. She's, you know, all of the negative things that you can call somebody, right? They call you every name under the sun daily on multiple channels and panels and platforms. And then when you pop out, to address them and say something. Now all of a sudden, oh, you're the bad guy. They're playing victim. They haven't been saying or doing shit to you at all. And it's like they act like I don't see that stuff. And it's just like I see what y'all say. I see how y'all move and how y'all operate. Like, come on. What do you think this is? So then when I call it out and I talk about it, they get even more upset because they get exposed for being exactly what they are. They have to have that moment where they have to look in the mirror. And not only are they looking in the mirror, but other people are looking at them. And they know they're being seen as like nasty work. Like, no one's taking you seriously. You're not a genuine person. You don't genuinely care. You're just waiting for your moment so you can clown and roast and drag someone. Again, like I said, adding more gasoline to a fire that you already had started anyway. Because a lot of these people, they already didn't like me. So now it's just like, this is just giving y'all more ammo. This is giving y'all more gasoline to throw on the fire. That's all it is. And that's too obvious to see. Wait, what? Lady Letitia was calling me dumb and stupid? Wait. Whoa. You can't give it to them like that, Holiday. Don't let me itty biggy piggy up in this joint, okay? Because I was on the plane with Dwayne. You can call me Whitley. I go to hell, man. Anyway. Y'all, the sun is going down. The sun is going down. It's about 7:12 p.m. And y'all know golden. I'm a fun girl. I'm a real fun girl. I started getting real, cheeky. I like that word. I started getting real cheeky after a certain period of time. So you said Lady Letitia was calling me dumb and stupid? Did she really? When did she say that? She said that today? Or she said that yesterday or any of these other live shows? Yeah, Jai. That boy is so hilarious. Wow, so she called me that. Okay. Even if they have a problem with her, that's their problem, not yours. Why do they think they can police who people support or don't support? Yeah. There's a lot of that going on. Ashley says she's entertaining and clever, though. Maggie. Yeah, Maggie is brutal, but she's entertaining and clever, though. Golden, Maggie's friendship is complex. Maggie said. Oh, you said that. I read that one already. Yeah, Maggie always says that. She said the last time we made up and stuff like that. She's just like, I realized that the reason why I hate you is all of the things that make me love you. I'm like, okay. I don't know. I cannot be sure, but I don't hate Maggie at all. Maggie is going to be who Maggie is. You just decide whether you want to be around people like that or not. You know what I mean? Is it worth your time and your energy? Because you're always going to be looking over your shoulder. You know what I mean? Like, you're never going to know, like, when is stuff going to pop off. Like, it can be cool with Maggie while it's cool, but then when something pops off, it's like, now all heck and broke loose. And it's like, do you want to continue to keep going through that over and over in your life? And it's not to say that it's a friendship in a way. It's just like, okay, we just cordial. You do content, I do content. I know you know me, whatever. We chat with each other sometimes. We kick it sometimes. That's about it. Like, we not besties. And that's the thing. Like, I've been seeing people in chat talking about, oh, her best friend. That's not my best friend. Why y'all keep saying that? I just like kicking it with her because she's hilarious to me, for real. She really is. A lot of things that Maggie be saying and doing is hilarious to me. But then a lot of the things that she's saying and do is nasty work, and she does it to not just me but others as well. And I don't like the nasty work stuff, but when she not being nasty work, she actually is kind of really funny, and that's it. Oh, hey, Cat Medusa. Hey, how you doing? Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate that. How are you? Ashes left. True, Imani? Did Lady Letitia say that? Child. Yeah, yeah. Andy. Yeah, she said that, that I'm dumb. I'm dumb and I'm stupid for like trusting Maggie and forgiving her. And you know what I mean? Like going back over her. I mean, they say what they say, child. They say what they say. But yeah, she just said it. She said that, and it just seemed like it's really funny to her. And I'm like, what is the enthusiasm? Like, if you actually feel like, oh dang, that's messed up, that Maddie's doing her like that, woo, 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 and it's a genuine like, you know what I'm saying, feeling of like, dang, that's messed up, then you would not be laughing and clowning and dragging it out and using it as content every day. Like when I see her go live, she be talking about whatever these rural people or whoever the heck it is she talking about. And then there's just like always a segment of something where she brings up the golden thing. And I'm just like, yeah, that's kind of old now. Like, yeah, like, it's stale. It's like eating a stale sandwich or stale bread. Who wants a stale bread? It's stale by this time. Like, get something fresh. I don't want to eat stale food, but I don't know. Maybe some people like it. I'm just like, yo, I'm not eating that. I'm not eating stale food. It's old by this time. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Oh, remember she was singing that too. Let it go, let it go. But I already had told her, like, I don't have no problem with Lady Letitia. I really don't. Like, I ain't never had no problem with Lady Letitia. We didn't even fall out. Like I said, it was like because she did not like the fact that at that time, Maggie made a comment on her live about a certain situation. And this is another thing, and this is the last time I put this sleep because, like I said, my boyfriend here with me, and he tired of hearing about this shit. He really is, and I'm tired of talking about it for real. But I made a comment about Maggie and something that she did at a time when I knew like she had a disdain towards a certain individual. But despite the disdain that she had for that individual, she just made one comment that I thought was noble at the time. I'm not saying her whole character or existence is noble. I said that that comment and how she was speaking on that thing at that time was noble. And I left that comment. And then she turned, Lady Letitia made that content. She made it content. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She went on her live to talk about it. And that was a comment that I left under a video post. A comment under a video that I left. Because I rewatched it on the replay. And after I rewatched it on the replay, I made that comment under the video. And she saw it. And then she felt the way that I said that. And then she took to her live to talk about that. And then she did not like that. She was very upset that I said that. And after that, I was just like, okay. And on top of that, meanwhile, previously, the things that, her and Maggie going back and forth with each other, saying things about each other. And some of the things that she says and calls Maggie, I thought it was just, come on. Like, you supposed to be the auntie at the cookout. You supposed to be the mature one. You supposed to be the classy one. Why are you dragging this girl like this? We know how Maggie is and how she operates, but she's clearly younger than you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And it's just every day when we go to your live to see what you're doing for content, it's just you yelling out these same, disparaging names towards Maggie all the time and dragging Maggie all the time. She was doing that consistently every live, just dragging and talking about Maggie and calling her Sardinia and maggot and all these things. And I'm just like, okay, like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, enough already. How much longer does this have to go? And I just was like, well, there's nothing over here that I need to listen to or see, because I don't want to sit and listen to a live where you're just dragging and calling Maggie names the entire live. I don't want to watch that. So I just stopped coming and watching her lives on her channel. That's it. I never said that I hated her. I never said that I don't support her. I never said anything negative about her. I just stopped watching the lives because there was nothing I could get from watching it. There's nothing that I want to hear or see. That's all. That is it. That is all. So if that's supposed to be considered a beef, then I guess that's a beef. Because that holds a lot of more interesting weight on YouTube, don't it? Huh? If I break it down the way I just broke it down for y'all right now, boring, snooze, let's move on. But if you try to make it out to be like we're beefing, oh, that's entertaining. Now people want to come in and listen and hear what's going on. Why they beefing? We're not beefing at all. I never said that. Other people let that narrative spin and run with it. There's no beef. That's why she came on my channel. She was trying to get loud when she came on my channel. It's okay. It's fine. Magic did the same thing. When I went on her channel, I went there to reiterate. I never had no issue and no problem with you. I'm not beefing with you. I don't understand what the issue is. Right? And what I'm going through based off of my personal decisions that I decided to make in my life, that I deal with that. I deal with that. No, nobody else has to deal with that. But again, like I said, these people use these things so they can have additional gasoline to throw on an already lit match or fire that they already have towards someone else. It just keeps the fire going. It keeps the hate going. It keeps a reason for them to keep dragging and talking about somebody, because these issues grow stale. And it's like, why do we have to continue to keep talking about the same things over and over and over again? Yeah, Asher, details are necessary, like very necessary. And a lot of people like to leave a lot of details out. They definitely do. And they paint their own narratives and their own storylines about what has really happened or what has really transpired. And if it's as far as these people saying, these are my feelings and emotions, and this is what I am saying, I can even maybe have a lick of respect for that, right? Because now we know clearly that's coming directly from you. But when you try to put words in my mouth, feelings in my body, I don't like that type of stuff, because you have no idea how I feel. You have no idea what I'm saying or what I'm thinking. So don't come and feed that to your people and tell your people as if you have factual proof and evidence of how I feel, how I think, and how I'm moving and operating and shaking at the time. You don't know that. You didn't even have a conversation with me. So how could you possibly know that? You're just making some stuff up. Make it up. Right off the cuff, just making stuff up as you go. I don't like that. Don't make nothing up. It's too easy to come and just talk to me directly. And I'm not, a person that's just not unapproachable. I think most people know that. Yeah, Polo. And I was one of those people. I ain't even going to lie, At that time, yeah. I was over there. Yes, everybody know. And I was supporting Jaguar, Now, let's be very clear. I was supporting Jaguar because the Jaguar that I knew was the neo soul artist that I had heard some really, I thought some decent songs from in the past that me and my mom listened to because we like neo soul. So I'm like, yeah, I remember Jaguar, right? I was like, she's a good singer. You know what I mean? Like, I like her stuff, you know? And then when she come to the internet and stuff like that, I didn't really necessarily know what she was doing on the internet. I thought it was pretty dope that she was there. And then because she was so interactive, right, with all of us and people, I was like, oh, she cool. She down to earth, you know, because I consider her to be like a musician or a star. And you know, like some of these stars and stuff and these musicians, you may never can talk to them and connect with them like that. Like Cardi B is also like that too. Like she really interacted with her fans and stuff like that, you know, and her peoples, and she talked to them. So I was like, oh, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I like Jag. Me and Mama like Jag music. And so when I went over there to start supporting Jag, that was the reason, right? Because that is all that I knew about her. That is it. I know she had the song with Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? And I thought she killed that. I really thought she killed that. Honestly, I did. I did. I really liked Jaguar voice. And I thought that she was very talented back then. Now, as far as the things that she was doing in the industry and behind the scenes and the things that she does on this YouTube and all of that, I had no awareness about those things. I didn't. And I did used to see that people always seem to like drag her and talk crazy about her and stuff like that. And I was just like, why are they coming so hard at this woman like this? Not knowing any of the backstories. I did not know that she had been on this internet for a long period of time. She had been connecting with other content creators on YouTube. They was getting into fallouts and all of their different issues and problems they had amongst each other. This was the reason for them not liking her and talking about her and dragging her. I did not know that when I found that Jaguar was on YouTube. I did not know that when I went over there. And then I'm listening to her stories, right? After I go over there. So I'm like, all right, so she's talking about, okay. So then I'll hear a name of a content creator. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I think I did watch a few of his videos. Okay, well, what happened with them? So then I listen to her side. Then I go over to their channel to listen to their side. And then they're going back and forth. And I'm like, okay, so clearly something's going on here between these two. I don't know what it is, y'all. I don't know what's going on. But it all was coming to me like that. Like I didn't know she had these relationships with people on YouTube. I didn't know that they were falling out. I didn't know that they were having these, you know, content creation problems on YouTube. I didn't know that. I did like her interviews on the Blue Couch. And a lot of the things that she was saying on the Blue Couch, as far as like industry information, like inside industry information, I think a lot of us believe that, right? Because you don't always get people that are going to tell you like the raw insides of, you know, what's going on in the industry and the darkness of it all and all of that. So when she was telling those stories, I was like, dang, like they really treating people like that in the industry. Like that's crazy. And then it was clicking for me because I'm like, you know, a lot of my artists and stuff that I really like and that I thought was really talented, they no longer in the industry. Like, and the people will say they're washed up or they one hit wonders, and that's not it. They got out of the industry because a lot of these things that was going on in there, and they didn't want no parts of it. And so they left, and then they become independent artists and things like that. So I really was wholeheartedly interested in like the music industry information of it all, like the artistry of it all, right? I did not know about any of these operations or things that's happening with content creators and on YouTube, right? That Jaguar was either, you know, part of or leading or doing. I did not know, and that was not my reason for supporting her. But anyway, so yes, at that time, yeah, I was over there, you know, I was supporting her stuff, and I was windmilling. I was windmilling because that's what I do, you know. And I, you know, I would hear Jaguar sometimes and stuff. And, you know, sometimes I just felt like, okay, like she seems like she's a very hurt person. She clearly has had some traumas and stuff in her life. You know, and it seemed like maybe she, you know, some days it seemed like she's not all the way there or all the way together. But I didn't want to judge, right? And then I'm just like, if somebody's in that predicament, then they got all of these people talking about them and dragging them, that can cause people to, you know, push them over the edge. So I was feeling like, okay, like, do everybody gotta like team up on her and get her like this? Well, the people are like, shut up, you don't know what she did to us. And they were right. I didn't know what she did to them. I didn't know all of those things that was going on. And so, no, I've never talked to Jaguar behind the scenes. Never, ever, ever. I've never talked to any of these people really behind the scenes. It's only a certain people that I might have, messages and stuff with on like WhatsApp, and then on the phone, and yeah, like that's it. But I've never talked to any of those people or any of their operations and nothing behind the scenes. I was never in a camp. That's the thing. Like I was over there, I was loud, I was windmilling, and I was seeing a lot, but I was never in the group. I was never in with them. I don't know what they do once they leave the lives. I would just always just be in the lives and the chats and stuff like that, hanging out and having a good time. That's it. And whatever else they was doing after them daggone lives and behind the scenes, nope. I was never part of none of that. And I remember they were trying to ask me that too, and I said, no, I don't talk to these people behind the scenes. I don't know what the heck they doing. I don't even know there's any operations going on behind the scenes. I don't know how all this stuff works. I only started YouTube in 2020 during the pandemic, and I was doing cooking videos and makeup and hair on my initial channel that I had. But yeah, and then I shifted over to the politics and stuff like that. That stuff started getting real after the pandemic. So that's the type of content channel I had. But yeah, as far as my support, as far as these people, that's what it was when it came to Jaguar. And then more and more stuff was coming out, and this was being shown, that was being shown. I was just like, this is too much for me. I did not sign up for all of that. I would go over there and listen to her sing, and I'm like, okay, maybe she about to drop another album, and some new music and stuff like that, and then the cruelty free. I thought that was like really what she was working towards and working for. So I believed a lot of that stuff. I did. Maybe I was naive, maybe I was, but I did really believe some of that stuff. I did. And I know a lot of other people were popping it, and exposing that, it wasn't real, a lot earlier on before I came into the scenes or, in orbit of any of those people. And so I went back and, seeing and watched some of the things that they were, doing and stuff like that. But I just meet people where they at. You know what I'm saying? I don't be knowing about all this stuff that people got going on behind the scenes and this operation and that operation. I just see people when they get up on that screen and they be talking, they present themselves on that live on YouTube. That's what I see. If I like the personality, if I like the energy, if it seemed like, and then the people in the chat too, you meet them and they're nice and cool people too. You have good conversation with them. So that's it. That's it. So I don't know nothing about that. But I don't want to talk too much about all of that for real because I'm out of it now. I've moved on from all of that. I don't know what more is going on with all of that stuff. I don't watch or get into that anymore. I stay away from it all. So I don't know. I don't hate people. I don't wish no harm on nobody. It's just when I detach and I move on from it and from the situation, then I'm from it. And I'm from the situation. I don't know anything. And I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to know. So that's it. Like I said, I don't wish nobody no harm. I'm just out and I'm gone and I'm not focused on that no more. And that's it. I still wish everybody the best. I really do. Because I don't want to curse people or wish people any, bad luck or hardship in their life or nothing like that. I don't think that's right to do. I just don't want no parts. But anyway, I hope I made all of that stuff very clear there. I don't know. Is there any more clarification on any of the things that anybody may need? Because, people say I'll be answering question with a question. I was never asked a question. You didn't ask me to clarify anything. Like, what are you wanting me to clarify? What do you want to talk about? Everything should be, prior to me speaking on these lives. I think everything is pretty much clear where things stand at this point and what it was, what it is, and what it's going to be. I think it should be pretty clear at this point to where we can just kind of like put this thing to bed. You know what I mean? Like, I desire to just move forward, do my content, right? I still want to connect with some really cool, nice people that I think are dope. You know, I enjoy their vibes and their energy from what I'm picking up from a virtual space from YouTube. And that's it. That is it. I'll do my music, I'll do my lives and talk about, the different topics of my content I talk about. But all of this fighting, this doxing, this criminal activities, this bullying, harassing people's families and their children and their parents and all of that type of stuff, I'm not with it. I've never been with it and I will never be with it. I don't want no parts of none of that. And then because I don't want to be part of that, please do not try to think you can come after me and mine. Period. That's it. Like, leave us out of it. Me, my mother, my son, my household, leave us out of it. Okay. I've already been compromised to an extent that really actually it bothers me, but I got to deal with that because that I put myself in that predicament. You know what I'm saying? So there's information out there about me, nothing that I'm embarrassed of. I mean, my address out there, my phone number out there, people know my name. That's public knowledge, my phone number and my name. Now my address is now swindling around from people that I have to witness every day seem like they hate my guts. So if somebody hates your guts, and we know that they do these type of things, right, on this internet to get at people, right, like pass your address around, send people to your home, then isn't that something you think that you have a rational concern about? If these are people who have your address in, their address book, and they make it very known on this internet every day that they hate your guts, they don't like you, they always talking trash about you and shit about you, that's something I have to deal with, and I have to take proper precautions for. Proper precautions for. Make that very clear. And so, yeah. And who would have think you come to YouTube to have a good time and connect with people virtually on a website? You got to go through this stuff. But hey, it is what it is. Just like when people be doing online dating and they have to, they get some things that they got to deal with and put up with too, when some of their information and their safety get breached. But you have to take the accountability. You put yourself out there like that. So, I ain't nobody's victim. I'm just saying I have to take certain precautions for certain things now because this is the way people are deciding to move and operate on these platforms and on this internet. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short here. I know it's going about to 3 hours. I hope this was a decent amount of information in a very calm tone that has made things very more clear, right? What I'll say is there's a lot of people that talk about me and they drag me, and I don't know, maybe they don't like me. I guess that's what it is and why they do it. But what it always boils down to when it comes to me is respect. And even when these people have the lowest respect for me, I still remain in my level of integrity when it comes to respect for them. So when it comes to individuals that might be under the LGBTQIA plus community, right, and they have certain identities, I never have misgendered anyone. I've never called those people out of the gender or the name that they desire to be called, right? Because that's just a level of integrity and respect that I hold within myself, despite the fact that these people are nasty work to me all the time. All the time. But I don't bring myself down to be like that, right? Because that could be too easy to do, and I will never do it because I don't think that that's cool. And it's not just for that individual; it's because I love multiple people within that same community and under that umbrella, and so I would never disrespect them that way. So I'm not going to disrespect an individual just because we're not getting along when it comes to something that is that to me I think it is important, right? People's identity, what they want to identify as. I will respect that and always address you as such, even though, child, people be going way out of line. Um, when it comes to individuals, right, that may be of an age, I don't I don't drag them and say nothing about that. I expect more from them. I would hope we can get more from them because these supposed to be the wise men and the wise women of the village and the community, right? To help set the tone for some of the younger ones coming up behind them. So we can, have a little bit more wisdom, a little bit more structure. But, they want to act as if they still popping it in the club. So, hey, but I don't disrespect them or say anything about that. I just question it. I think it's unfortunate. That's it. I don't disrespect people, even though they're trying to paint narratives and stuff about me now, that I am a colorist and I am a racist. I'm not a racist and I'm not a colorist. It's absolutely impossible for me to be a racist by definition alone. And I am definitely not a colorist. But when people get upset, they will call you whatever so they can weaponize a community or a race of people or group of people against you. So basically, it's like a hate mob that can come and attack you all at once. But these are people that will just listen to what somebody ignites and says before they even actually get to know you or know anything really about you. Because even though you try to get to know individuals on this app and virtually, you still will never know really who someone is until you actually spend time with them physically. That is the truth of life. So even though we may spend some time here, a lot of time together virtually, if you really haven't met me in person and spent no time, you really don't know me and I don't really know you. But they're weaponizing those things as well. Any of this stuff that these people are talking about when it comes to money and scams and grifts and all of that, be very clear. I have no part in none of that. I don't know nothing about it. I'm not included in it. And I would really appreciate if people would keep my name out of that in these chats, trying to say that I have something to do with it, and I don't. I also see that there's multiple troll accounts that are floating around with some type of reiteration of my name in them that are saying very weird and nasty, disgusting things in chats. And a lot of it, unfortunately, has some type of tie to Ralph. Okay? So can we please, 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 number one, move on from that because I don't know what the obsession is with it when it comes to Ralph. It's not my obsession, it's other people's. I've been saying that and I continue to say that because I don't understand why somebody would need to make a troll account and post comments in people's chats when it has anything to do with me and that person. There's nothing going on between us. We don't talk. We're not cool anymore. That's it. So please move on and move forward. And the fact that y'all making troll accounts to defame somebody's character and pose and pretend to be them, those are things that are against the community guidelines. But people on this app don't care about that. They do what they want to do anyway. And so that's disgusting. If I name out to y'all all of disgusting things that people say and do that I bear witness to when it comes to me, and then maybe y'all understand why I get so angry sometimes when I have to pop up and speak out for myself and defend myself when it comes to these things. I know a lot of people work and operate with, oh, well, if it's not true, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to say anything. I'll just keep it pushing. I know a lot of people operate like that. I'm not, because my character, who I am as a person, it matters to me because I know who I am and I know who I'm not. And I don't like when people try to lie on my character and who I am. It really bothers me and it gets under my skin. And I'm trying to do better with that. I really am working on it. That's why I wanted to do this live in a calm voice tonight. I wasn't going to yell and scream and cuss and fight. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to do that. I just want to love people, have a good time, laugh, share good fun with people on this app. That's all I've ever wanted to do. I don't want to have to pop out here and cuss and fight and scream with people. These people talk about me. I'm asleep, I'm gone, I'm living my life. I don't even know until I come back on and watch it. Then I see all the things that's being said and how I'm being dragged for filth. And it's all because of the things that we just talked about earlier. My personal choices that I have decided to make on this app. supporting someone that they're upset or they feel like I should not support because they have an issue with them. Now they hate my guts. They're dragging me, saying nasty things about me and my family, all because of that. What have I said mean and nasty about you until you said something mean and nasty about me first? Now, I'm not saying it's right to retaliate that way, but I do fall short and I do retaliate. And I may say some mean and nasty things and get loud and aggressive and cuss and scream. But it's because y'all drag me every day. Y'all talk shit about me every day. Or if I just don't want to talk to you no more, or I don't want to work with you, or I don't want to support your channel no more, y'all say mean and nasty things about me. So I'll give it right back to you. And then when you try to lie, I have receipts that can prove that you're lying. And y'all see how many receipts do I post on my channel? I don't like doing that type of stuff. I don't like to post people text messages. I don't like to post people WhatsApp messages. I don't like to post people emails. That's not what I do. But they post them up on their channels and their platforms and then spin the narrative when they do it. And a lot of times they leave their part of what they said out of it. So I say, for context, I think you need to see the full threat. But I can't even bring myself to do it. And I'll be mad sometimes, y'all. I'll be heated. I'll be ready to go. My hand be on the trigger when it comes to like, yo, I'm about to post these emails. I'm about to post these messages. My hand be on the trigger. And then, hey, Maria. How you doing, Maria? Thanks for coming in, Maria. I appreciate that. How are you today, girl? Yeah. And then, and then I may have some really great people around me that calm me down, right? Or I might self-regulate and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because it's not necessary. It's not worth it. It is what it is, Yeah, like all of these troll channels, Imani, you've seen them too. The nastiest things, right? Golden Head Sister Wife is one of them. Then it's another one, Golden Queen, something. Multiple troll accounts. And then when these trolls go into the chat, the person who is on live speak to them, the troll, as if it's me in their live and talking to them. Come on. So when I say the things I say, am I not making sense? Why are you going to entertain a troll account? Why are you going to call that out loud like that to make it seem like I'm over there on your channel or I'm in your chat talking to you? I'm not. When I am, you'll know it. I think they all know that by now. But why pretend like with those smoking mirrors that I'm in your chat and I'm not? Oh, hey, Golden. How lame. Like that stuff is lame to me. I'm not there with you. I'm not talking to you. I'm not in your chat. When I decide to come into your chat and I need to say something, y'all will know my presence will be there. But to create troll accounts and make it seem like I'm talking to you when I'm not talking to you, that's weird. It's really, really weird. Maria says, yeah, I get it. I saw troll accounts made for me, too. People are crazy. See, they making them for Maria. They did this the first time when I went through all of this mess. They did that, going around everybody's channel with an account with my same avatar and my same name, posing and pretending to be me, dropping trouble and saying evil things in other people's chat to turn me against those people or make it seem like I'm being nasty work towards those people. And I'm not even there. I went into a chat and I seen myself, a duplicate of myself in a chat, and I'm in there. So I went in there and I was like, do I have a twin in the chat? Like, who are these people doing this type of stuff? This is ridiculous to me. What is this? What is that? What's that movie, y'all? I used to like. They had it one with Kate Ash. What is it? What is their name? Ashley and Michelle. Is that no? Not Ashley and Michelle. Child of Twins. And then they had the one with Lindsay Lohan, but she don't have a twin. But they made it seem like she was a twin. What was that movie called? But the one was with the actual twins. I cannot remember their name now. But y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all. I think it was like double something, double something. But yeah, it's like, what am I supposed to have a twin up in here or something like that? That's crazy. And this is what these people do. Like, they creating these troll accounts that go around and pretend to be you so they can fake talk to you. I'm like, child, if y'all really wanted to talk to me, then it's really not that hard, honestly, to get a hold of me and talk to me directly. But most of the time, I probably don't want to talk to y'all because you probably have already been nasty words. And it's like, what type of conversation are we really going to have? What do you want to talk about? And I don't want to talk about all this trash and this drama stuff that's going on. I'm trying to move on and move past all of that. So it's very, very weird. Like, I would never do something like that. I don't know who thinks to do that type of stuff, but hey, this is a YouTube thing. This is what these people do on YouTube. I think it is extremely weird and it's extremely odd. But this is what they do to harass you and bully you. So I'm not just like, so I'm not supposed to call that out. I'm not supposed to say nothing about it. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? I'm not supposed to call out this weird behavior that these people do? Come on. No, you don't do that. So, like I said, I can have a very civil conversation with anyone. I'm really nice, fun, a good time, good energy, and stuff like that. If I have to pop out and defend myself and fight, that's typically when you see that the aggressive side of me and stuff. And I think we all have that side. But I am no evil person. I'm not out here to hurt nobody, harm nobody, drag nobody. But I will defend myself if I have to. I will. Because all of this stuff is getting way out of hand. And I just feel like all of these little storylines that people are using for content, I think you probably should find something else to do and move on because it really is getting very stale. It's very stale. Now, if you want to keep serving stale bread at your restaurant, then that's you. But I'll never serve, no stale bread at my restaurant. Our bread is going to be fresh and warm and moist. Oh, hello, House of Queens. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. How you doing? But yeah, I will let y'all go. It's about been 3 hours. I won't keep ranting on. I hope I was able to make a few things clear. And y'all just watch. I'm going to give you a challenge. Just watch. Even after as kind and nice and calm as I've been and as much clarity as I brought here on this live this evening, watch. The mess is still going to continue. People are still going to be talking and figuring out some way to make it negative and still talk and drag it out and all of the things. And it's just like, I just sit back and listen to it and watch it. And I'm just like, it's pathetic. It's really pathetic. Let it go. Okay, it was funny the first 2 days. Now it's stale. Move on to another topic. And there's so many more that we could be talking about. Not even just salacious things that are happening on YouTube, but how about we talk about some important things that's happening in the world, right? In the country, in the government, that's affecting all of us and will affect all of us. How about we talk about that? I don't know, Sean. Maybe I'm just cut from a different cloth. But I think y'all cut from the same one too. Because if y'all hear and y'all understand, then we all are cut from the same cloth. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to end it with a bop per usual. Thank y'all so much for joining me this evening. I will be back with another live tomorrow, and it will not be about any of these things. Y'all know we got to get back to our regular scheduled program. So we got some political updates coming to y'all. I got sometimes a little bit of celebrity gossip I drop for you as well. We'll also do our foodie thing. And I have a few more segments that I'm creating with some people, right? we'll be working to do some real fun content to bring to the channel because we want to have a good time, right? So y'all look forward to all of that. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow on the next live. Y'all may see me around. I try now to avoid, and this is another thing I'm gonna say just before I go. There are some content creators that are really like nice and kind and cool, and I like them and I watch their content. And sometimes I really do be wanting to hop in and say hi, but the reason why I don't is because I just don't want to drag all of this stuff over to their channels and their platforms. So I just stay in the bushes a lot of the time and I listen and I watch and stuff like that. And I enjoy their content, but I can't even really make a connection or even try to engage with some of these people because all of the crap stuff, it just seems to follow you wherever you go, like having gum on the bottom of your shoe. So I don't even, get to really reach out and support and connect with any of those creators the way that I want to because of all of this madness that be going on. So, but anyway, y'all may see me around and stuff like that. But yeah, for tonight, I'm done. I'll be live tomorrow, y'all. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I hope each and every one of you have a great rest of your evening or morning or afternoon or whatever respectful time zone that you are in and it is for you. I hope the rest of it is great for you. And thank y'all so much for all the support and listening to my big mouth run. And I will talk to y'all in the next live. All right, y'all. Golden out. Bye.
You hear that? That's the sound of a check being signed in blood. Shh, don't wake the algorithm. Pinky toeing through the timeline, watch me creep. I see the script before you even get to sleep. I see you. Polished nails clicking on the glass, looking for a flaw. You're out here hunting clout, I'm the lion in the draw. Mr. Panther with the silhouette, lurking in the shade. You traded in your dignity just to get a higher grade. Pathetic, the beef is looking seasoned, marinated in the lies. I see the teleprompter spinning in your honest eyes. Look closer. It's a masquerade, darling, keep the mask tight. Keep it tight, we dancing in the shadows of a blue light. A little mystery, a little sleight of hand. Building glass houses on some sinking desert sand. That's the sound of the coins. Shh, that's the sound of the truth dying. You and her fell out, all the drama is a gift. Convenient how the merch drops right there in the rift. I'm the black widow in the web, watching how you spin 2 million views for a sin you didn't even commit. You crying on the floor, camera angle for the light, but you were toasted at the party with your enemy last night. It's a cabaret of cowards, a circus for the blind. I'm the only one with vision left inside this hive mind. Stay stealthy. Who's the victim? Who's the villain? Who's the one who's really killing? The audience. You're killing the audience. Don't get it twisted, I'm the queen of the noir. I don't need a thumbnail to show you who you are. You're a puppet on a string, dancing purple like I'm the shadow in the alley. I don't need the mic, but I took it anyway, just to muffle out your screams. The industry is dirty, keep your hopes on little greens. I'm fading to the black, yeah, the mystery remains. But you're out here washing bloodstains for some digital games. Gone. Cut the feed. Do we get the engagement? Check the analytics. Keep them guessing. pathetic, you know it. It's pathetic, you know it. Golden queen, no, but let's get one thing straight. Yeah, I see the snipers, I see the fakes. I see you. Ain't no blind spots over here. Everything exposed when I step in place. Y'all want me in the trenches when the heat gets high, but when I'm in the fire, y'all just wave goodbye. Where you at? Nothing but excuses. Nobody tells the truth. Just liars and suppliers with the snipers on the roof. Got men claiming women, weaponizing what they born is. You the road to YouTube, y'all really trying to scorn us. No disrespect, but if you want the title, stop the playing. I love everybody, but I mean just what I'm saying. Period. I don't fold under pressure. I was built in the flame. Every time they switch sides, I just level the game. You perform for attention, I perform for the truth. Big difference when you solid versus chasing the proof. Fraud, yeah, I clocked it. You moving funny, I don't rock it. Truth loud, I don't gotta mock it. When the light hit, ain't nobody block it. Don't come for me, there's fun for me. It's never done for me, the golden queen. Yeah, that's the only way it's gonna be. Y'all fighting your battles on your own tonight. This YouTube drama got me mad, it's moving left to right. Mad to my bone, you a fraud, you need the law. There ain't shit that I can do. I'm done saving people who can't even tell the truth. I'm done. Golden. Yeah, I said it clear. No confusion when I step in here. Big pressure, no fear, no disguise. I see straight through all the alibis. Hospitality, you use it as your ammo. Dirty, that's the foulest trick, hiding in that camo. But we pray for the broken, yeah, it's clear to see. Don't worry about a drag, you won't get that from me. Won't have it. Just a prayer for your sanity, you're looking quite afflicted. Your spirit's off the tracks and your energy is restricted. These women using women just to get close to a man. I remember those 20s, I lived them, I understand. I know the game, the road hit different when you walk in your truth. Not performing for the crowd, not addicted to the views. You can mimic all days, they won't match the source. I don't argue with illusions, I just change the course. Tick, time revealing everything. You can fake the image, but you can't fake the energy. And I see it all. Don't come for me, there's none for me. It's never done for me, the golden queen. Yeah, that's the only way it's gonna be. Heavy truth cut deep when the pressure rise. Ain't no hiding when it's seen through my eyes. You a fraud, you make it a lot. I said what I said. I don't wrestle with the fake, I move forward instead. Big throne energy, I don't beg, don't plead. I don't follow no wave, I create what they need. But now it's just funny, it's yeah, stay mad while I stay golden. Golden queen.